Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Drunkards and Dragons, where we roll some dice, have some drinks, and try not to die at either of those things. We did not play last week because I was very, very sick and could not even speak without sputtering everywhere. But I am better now, and so a quick recap of what happened the week before that was they abruptly landed on the Shadowfell, middle of a black lake, and was immediately attacked by these underwater creatures. They figured out how to handle that and just get on dry land again. Their troubles were not over as they landed there, and the city in the Shadowfell was run by entirely undead spirits that refused to move on. And so, quickly realizing that the living were in their presence and that perhaps even a body for them to escape into was available, they began a riot chasing each other around the town, where Alexia flew overhead to try and scout out some direction, but lost them in the scaffolding and began separating themselves. It was then that Ithlin and Varys found one of the spirits there that requested their help, that he would help them find what they were looking for if they helped him rescue the spirit of his beloved, who was kidnapped by some other Shadowfell beast. Not seeing much of an option, they agreed to help him. Knowing that they were to meet each other at the edge of the forest, Alexia got there first and waited, and while she was resting was grabbed by some creature, with the effects of the Shadowfell seeping into them and becoming more and more ever-present looming overhead, as we're picking up today. So for you two, as you took a long rest,
yes,
and you awaken with the slight light from the fire, it doesn't even feel like you slept a full night, because there was no transition from night to day. You feel like you rested, but everything looks the same.
Okay.
Given that it's a new day and you managed to get some rest, you guys are going to roll d6s. See how you're feeling today.
1.
6.
That's exactly what you guys got last time, actually.
Is it?
Yeah. So, if I remember right, just to verify.
I do remember I didn't roll anything higher than a 2.
Yeah, so you are still feeling deeply apathetic, and you are still not sure... Oh no, actually you got a 5 last time, so your dread has evolved into madness. Ooh. As you're kind of looking around and you're not sure what's real. These shadows keep like dancing from left to right among the trees, and you're sure it's a person, and you blink and it's gone, and everything around you seems to be changing this ever-evolving circumstance. You think you see eyes in the trees, and they startle you for a moment, and then they're just trees again. So you're feeling quite unhinged at the moment.
Oh, good.
And of course, the image of your colleague that you lost so long ago, you wake up and he's sitting right next to you, and he looks so good.
Oh, hello. I thought you were dead.
Oh, I'm quite dead.
Suppose that makes sense. We are in the Shadowfell after all.
And he's just talking to himself from your perspective.
It's like cackle madly and throw a spoon at the window.
The spirit of the night who was watching over you guys did not sleep. It's been a while since I've slept, but was that enough for you two?
Yes, we should be ready to leave. Thank you.
Very good. And go ahead and make perception checks, both of you.
Nine.
19.
19. You notice that up from his armor, there's creeping this kind of like black, kind of like color creeping up his neck.
Too apathetic to care.
I am extremely apathetic.
Alexia. So you wake up and your head is throbbing, and you realize that you're upside down and all the blood has rushed to your head. You're kind of looking through a veil at this point, as there's like a series of like white material in front of your eyes, and you can kind of just barely make out what is on the other side. You kind of see these flashes of blue light here and there.
Okay.
Do you want to do anything?
I'd like to try and like move my body to see how if I can move at all.
Go ahead and make a Constitution check. Or save, sorry.
Oh, 13.
13. It's very, very slow, but gradually you can feel the tips of your fingers move a little bit. But as for the rest of your body, it's not coming yet.
Can I, like, do I know if that's because I'm being restrained by something or because I was, like, poisoned and, like, paralyzed?
Go ahead and make a nature check.
Oh. 10.
You're not sure if it's either or.
Alright. Then at this point, I just kind of save my energy because it's not doing anything.
Okay.
I just kind of try to stay composed and not freak out yet.
Okay. You kind of hear from around you this voice. Hello, is someone else there?
Oh no.
Is it a male voice?
Mm-hmm.
I'm inclined to say no.
Do you say no, or
No.
or you just don't say anything?
I don't say anything.
Okay.
I will be aware that he's there, but until I can actually do something to help, I'm not going to give him hope that there's another person there with him.
Hello? I thought I heard somebody else moving. We have to get out of here.
I instantly stop moving.
She's coming back.
No response.
Alright, we'll go back to you two.
There's no hope to be found here.
So we'll come back to you two. And so as you guys are walking through this dead, shadowy forest, your colleague's just having a casual conversation with you.
I'm collecting a bundle of sticks.
Okay.
I don't know why. The purpose is yet to be determined. I will need them later.
Wow. Reminds us when we camped out in those woods.
They speak to me, whispering secrets.
Is your friend gonna be okay?
He doesn't care.
Nothing seems to be wrong with him.
He's always like this.
You two go ahead and make another perception check. I'm gonna say, since you don't care, yours is a disadvantage because you lazily looking around, basically.
Okay. 17.
17?
11.
11. Out of the corner of your eye, you do see this kind of flash of blue light. And it's nothing there. But you definitely saw it.
Did you see that?
I'm still collecting sticks.
I saw it.
Who? You? Quiet. Back to the pile.
Alright.
Thought I saw something. Some light. Whatever.
Make a Constitution save, Ethlyn.
Oh no. One.
Natural 1.
Yeah, buddy.
So as you and the knight are moving forward, you hear the clatter of sticks as they fall all across the ground. And you see
Were they
Ithlin.
mine?
Yeah, you see Ithlin just standing there, motionless.
Why have you stopped?
Can't speak.
What am I seeing? What's going on?
You just see everything. You see everything normal.
Oh,
Like,
I
you
just can't
you felt
move
this
or
sharp
anything.
prick in your leg, and then you just couldn't move anymore.
Okay.
So as well as that, take 7 points of damage.
Ithan, please, I don't have time to care about this. Just start walking. And I just start walking away.
Okay. As you turn around to keep walking, the knight turns around and says, "Well, hold on. There's obviously something wrong with him." And while you two engage in conversation, this kind of flash of blue light appears in front of you again, and you see. I showed you the picture last week, didn't I?
I don't think so.
I will show you. B. I thought it was in B. Interesting. Oh, it's a MP. It's P, not B. You see this
Oh, I don't
appear
like that.
in front of your eyes. And it begins shooting the sticky web all over you and wrapping you up.
Oh. No one else sees this?
They're turned around and engaging in the conversation.
Oh, no.
Your long lost colleague sees it. That does not look comfortable.
Well, I can't speak, so... I don't have a witty remark for him.
Anyway, he's talking to you. It doesn't seem right. Like, these woods are dangerous. Perhaps something's wrong with him.
Or he could just be doing elf things. I mean, he is a full elf. I don't understand them, really.
Well, you're not half elf yourself.
Yes, but I didn't grow up among them. I mean... I don't know. Ithlid, what is wrong with you?
You turn around, he's gone.
Perhaps he realized that he had to use the restroom or something and is off. I'm sure he'll be back.
So you feel yourself moving across the ground, and you know how in Lord of the Rings when Frodo puts on the ring, and you're kind of in that like in-between space? That's what the world looks like all around you, as you're being dragged by 3 of these spider-like creatures.
I see.
It's not before long, Alexia. You hear more movement.
I stay as quiet as possible, but try to be like attentive as to where it's coming from and like have my eyes open to see if I can figure out what creature is in there. But like I don't make any noise or movement, so they don't
Okay.
know that I'm awake.
Okay. Are you looking around though?
Yeah.
Go ahead and make a perception check with disadvantage. As you try and kind of like look through this like veil over your eyes, pretty much.
It's just it's so terrible.
7.
From like the very very like cotton like material over your eyes, all you can make out is like there's some kind of shape being kind of pulled up next to you, but you're not really sure beyond that.
Can I assume that it's a creature that was caught like myself?
You can assume whatever you want.
Okay. I'm gonna assume it's... I don't know who or what, but they're in a similar situation as I am now. Alright. I still don't do anything because the creature's there.
The man begins. Hello!
Can I talk yet?
Make a Constitution save. We'll see how long it takes for you to get over this. Natural 20.
Ooh. I can speak so loud.
Yeah, it's
You just start screaming, hello!
it's almost like when you've been sleeping for a long time and you immediately...
Like shoot awake.
Yes, exactly. And so that's what it's like. Like the venom leaves your body instantly and you're just like complete control again.
Good. I'm still crazy though, right?
Yep.
Aren't you cute?
It took me hours to collect those!
Oh, thank God, somebody else. You have to help me. We have to get out of here before she comes back.
Who?
The queen
Of what?
of the spiders, I assume.
Regular size?
Are we USS?
No. Much larger. Surely you saw them.
No.
You mustn't make a lot of noise. It attracts them.
Why is he talking?
Oh no.
Why are we yelling?
No!
Oh, well, this is why I stayed quiet.
The two of you, I'll say with your... Go ahead and make more perception checks. I want to see how well you guys can see this. So go ahead and make 2 perception checks, each of you.
Still disadvantage for me?
Yeah, both of you. Given that you're still looking through this like cotton-like veil.
11.
11?
Ooh.
Do you have no wisdom?
Dude, wisdom's like my worst.
Oh.
My worst thing.
26.
With disadvantage?
Yes, I
Holy
rolled
shit.
a 20 and a 19.
Holy shit.
Oh, fuck you, man. He did roll a 20.
So for you, Alexia, it's still more like kind of shadowy, like obscure shapes, but you definitely hear him scream for a little bit until he goes silent. You see why. This enormous 8-legged creature kind of spreads its legs and these weird kind of like bat-like wings protrude from each one.
Ew.
And it kind of like jumps up there and wraps itself around him and just begins to devour him slowly. And then when it pulls away, the cocoon is like torn open and it's just this raisin of a man pretty much.
Well, I'm not yelling anymore. Can I try and get out?
It'd be athletics check, sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and start moving around. Uh, 13.
13.
Yeah.
You struggle and try and it's too sticky, too strong.
Dang it.
So back to Varys. With now 2 of your allies gone, the knight's kind of looking at you like, are you alright?
No. I've never been alright.
With your friends gone, we must save them if possible.
Is it even worth trying?
Yeah, you are helping me on my quest. If you are helping me, I can help you.
If you wish, lead the way.
We have to get you out of this place. Go ahead and make a survival check with disadvantage. And you will do the same with
9.
9. Yeah, you very lazily look around the area and you see no signs of struggle, you see no signs of broken brush, and you're like, eh. Luckily he did better though, and he goes, well, see an indent here, so something large is pulled through here. Perhaps it's your friend crawling through the mud.
More sticks.
He has been known to do that from time to time. Very well, let's follow it.
Alright. So while you're doing that, did you want to do anything? You do hear the sounds of struggle next to you.
You didn't hear all
Did
my
I-
yelling.
Did I
You also heard the
recognize
yelling.
his
Yeah,
voice?
you probably
Oh, okay.
did.
Okay. I try to move again.
Make a Constitution save.
20.
20? Yeah. So it took you longer, perhaps because you were bit multiple times, but it took you longer, but you do manage to finally gain full control of yourself. You feel your heart rate steady, and you're more control of your breathing, and finally you can move, all of you, although you're completely, like, adhesively stuck together.
I start to whisper, hoping that it's loud enough for him to hear me, but not loud enough to draw attention to us.
Okay.
Ithlin!
Stickly? Is that you?
No,
You were always my
idiot.
favorite of the bunch. So glad you came back.
No, it's Alexia. What are you doing here?
Oh. Hello.
Wow, okay. Don't want to talk to you either, man. Fuck you.
You see the spirit of your colleague standing upside down next to the guy who just got, like, drained of his blood, and he's like, he does not look good. He's a bit dehydrated.
Oh.
Classic.
You'll probably end up like this.
Do you have any way to get out?
I seem to be rather stuck.
Can you reach a dagger or a sword or something?
Can I try and move around again?
Sure, make an athletics check.
Let's see if this one's any better. Hey, 20.
20?
Yes.
You begin to hear the sounds of kind of like snapping and tearing just ever so slightly as you start moving. You find that in this cocoon you can actually spread out a little bit more, and you're starting to get a little bit more mobility and flexibility in here, but it's still very, very tightly wound around you.
Okay.
But you're starting to get through it. You know, I'd help you, but I'm not even here.
It's the thought that counts.
He's now like standing upright, but in the air and just leaning against Alexia's cocoon. So what's your plan of getting out of here?
How dare he just lean against my cocoon?
Kind of move around a little bit more.
Yes, that's definitely going to work.
Do you have any suggestions?
I mean, don't you have some kind of magic? That is the reason I'm here and you were there after all, isn't it?
Where are my swords at?
They're always in the pocket dimension.
What would happen if I summoned them to me?
You can certainly find out.
You stab yourself.
I'm gonna do that.
Okay. What is your positioning of your hands when you try and do this?
Probably like
Okay.
pretty well just kind of like hands at my sides, I would think.
Okay. So you summon them and you do cut yourself across the legs.
Dang it.
For 5 damage total. But you summon them and they whooshing out and cut straight through the webbing, and you suddenly can move around a lot more, as like the cocoon's space has like loosened considerably. It's not really attached to each other anymore. You're kind of in this tangled up mess of like sticky webbing, but it's not solid anymore.
Okay. Are they in my hands? Like what happened?
Yeah,
to
they're
them?
in your hands. Yeah.
Okay, like I'm actually.
Yeah.
Cool.
As long as you will them into existence, they come out of that pocket dimension. Like that's what the ability does.
Yeah. So useful. So how much? Like, I suppose I'd still be pretty well like stuck above like right here, but I can like kind of everything like below there.
Yeah.
Okay. So am I?
Imagine like you're in a really tight sleeping bag and they can just cut across the middle pretty much.
Yeah. So am I hanging like from the ceiling?
Yeah.
Okay. So if I like move around enough, I'm gonna fall out of it once at some point. Okay. Cool. Hopefully I'm not really high in the air or something. Hadn't thought about that yet. Okay. Yeah, so I'm just like moving around trying to like get out of it as much as I possibly can.
Are you just trying to break it with your strength, or are you trying to move your weapons around more? Or...
Yeah, kind of both.
Okay.
Because I would be like kind of limited.
Go ahead and make an attack roll disadvantage.
Okay. Let's see. 15.
15? That's more than enough. And so you manage to kind of pull an elbow out and slash across, and more of it kind of stretches apart and pulls apart as you cleave right through it.
Nice.
You suddenly feel like... You definitely feel the weight of the fact you're hanging in the air as you're starting to sag more and more.
Mm-hmm.
And gravity is kind of like pushing down on you at this point.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Okay. So I'm like most of the way out now. Can I move around anymore or try anything else?
The arm that you swung with is completely free, so it's...
Oh, cool. So I could kind of like work.
Yeah, you can certainly try.
Yeah, let's do that. What do you want me to roll?
Just make another attack roll.
Cool. Ooh. Alright, 27. 28?
That's perfectly enough. So, with one last swing, you kind of cut where it's spinning you across the air, and you fall to the ground. You will take damage.
Dang it.
10 damage total.
Oof.
As you fall to the ground. But like, it's kind of like a thud and the mixture of a splat at the same time, as the web kind of like hits the ground and sticks to it.
Gross.
You look over and like your colleague is also laying on the ground next to you, and he's just like, I mean, I guess that worked.
Well, I am free, aren't I?
That is true. She's not, though.
Can I see that he fell?
Because of your perception check from earlier, no. Like, everything's a hazy shadow. You saw something move past you very quickly, but that's it.
About how far away is she from me?
So you realize she's about 40 feet in the air.
I have no idea what I'm gonna do.
Since my bag of holding's like strapped to my side, can I reach it?
Go ahead and make an athletics check. 14. You're trying to stuck to your side, and you're trying really hard to just maneuver your hand to get exactly to where you're at, and you're trying to pull it up some, and it's just barely out of reach. You can feel it, but you can't quite get a grab on it.
Alright, can I reach my scimitar that's on my other leg? It's like, because I feel like my bag of holding's on one side, and then the scimitar is on the other.
On the other, like, hip?
Uh-huh.
You can try.
Another athletics?
Yes.
Oh, yay, 24.
Okay. The DC did increase because you failed, but it is high enough. So,
Okay.
So you managed to fully grab the hilt of it, and there's not enough room to draw it, but you firmly got a grasp on it.
If I will it to turn into a snake, can my snake chew through the web?
Can certainly try.
Can I turn it into a dagger again? By like pulling
No,
part of it out?
it's connected,
Just-
so
Okay.
yeah.
Alright. Then I'm gonna will it to be a snake and get my snake to chew through the web.
Okay. So you feel the cold metal of the scimitar transform into the scaly surface of a snake, and you think to it like, chew through these. And slowly you feel it kind of like move through your hands and slither around you, and well, that happens. You guys have been walking for a little while now, and something you've noticed is that as you walk through here, the deeper and deeper into these woods, you see these luminescent blue-like webbing, and it's all across the trees 1 second, and then it kind of like disappears and vanishes, and it's like slowly just shifting in and out, kind of like a holographic card or something like that.
Still can't be bothered to care.
Exactly.
That's true. I mean,
Okay, so I'm free now?
yes.
Good.
It takes you a little bit, but you manage to kind of like pull off the remaining bit on you, and you kind of cut away whatever's still stuck to you, and it's very, very adhesively to the ground, but you do manage to like pull yourself off of it.
Mm-hmm.
You lose some hair in the process as you kind of pull yourself up, but...
Oh. So where's that big spider thing?
You don't see it in here.
Okay, that's good. Are you most of the way out now? No, you're working on it?
I mean, my snake's like munching its way through it.
Yeah.
I hope.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna take a long time.
I don't...
Just so I know, did you want to just cut through it, or where it's at right now, or did you want it to like try and detach you from where you're at, or?
I mean, whatever's gonna get me to like fall down.
Okay.
It's kind of the goal is to make it to the ground instead of the ceiling.
Okay. Let me see about that.
Or at least loosen everything enough so I can reach an arrow from my bag of holding and like start cutting
Yeah.
myself free.
It has
So we can work as a team.
snake stats, so we will see if it can make the check. I have to roll it really high. Do you want to roll for it, or do you want me to?
I'll roll for it. It depends on what it is. What is it?
It is athletics check for your snake.
Oh,
So
I'll
just
do
tell
it.
me what you got, and I will tell you what the number was total.
18.
18. With a -1, that becomes 17.
Oh.
But that's actually
Still
pretty good.
That's good.
So it kind of like bites enough of a hole for it to crawl through where your hand was, and you feel a little bit of draft as it slithers through, and you feel its scales kind of go across your hand as it slithers up, and it does manage to get to the top, and
Good.
after a moment of you pulling yourself up, you hear splat next to you.
Yeah.
Alexia, you'll take 15 points of damage
Ah, shit.
as you hit the ground extremely hard.
Okay, well.
Oh.
But you see this cocoon just kind of like fall next to you and splat.
Do I see, like, Alexia? Just kind of like
No, she's
get up out of it? Or
she's
like...
still inside of it, so you have no idea who's in there. You just
Oh.
next to you.
It's just a hole in her hand.
I go and
a snake
examine
with a
it.
ring around.
Okay. As you do so, the snake falls on top of you.
Hey,
Gonna, like,
man!
throw it off of me.
I tell my snake to hiss at him, but not to bite him.
It does at you.
I just kind of like call my pet back to my side.
Okay.
So he just like goes back in the hole.
Okay. So it slithers all over the cocoon, like goes right back into this little tiny hole on the side.
I say, Ithlin, get me out of here!
I start like trying to cut it open.
Okay. Yeah. With you doing it, you cut it open, easily pull her out.
Nice.
Whew. At this point in time, I'd like to take some time to use one of those giant healing potions. Just take
Okay.
one swig because I'm almost dead, so, you know.
Go ahead and roll a d6 while you're at it.
Oh, no. 5.
5. So, perhaps it's the fresh air, or perhaps it's that you find yourself in suddenly this extremely
Oh, man.
unfamiliar and dangerous looking place, but you begin hyperventilating a little bit
Damn it.
as you're filled with this sense of dread, like, this place is going to kill me, we have to leave, it's going to kill me. This is where I die, I can't die here, this is where I die. And you notice you just immediately start hyperventilating.
So I whisper to her, because she probably hasn't seen like that spider thing. It was just me.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I've seen what dwells in this cave. We must leave now.
I start hyperventilating more. I grab my bag of holding and just start breathing into it. It's the only thing I have. Can I still use the healing potions, or am
Yes.
I too concerned not
Yes.
to?
So
Actually do something to
all
save
these
myself.
effects, they do something to your character in certain situations.
Okay.
But no, you're not hindered from doing anything.
Okay.
I will just let you know when those situations arise.
Okay. So I'm gonna
But-
start rolling my health. Then.
So when I look around, what do I see in the cave now that I'm free?
Now that you look around, you see this whole place is covered in this luminescent blue phasing web that goes in and out, as well as other cocoons hanging from the ceiling, some of which are wiggling a little bit, some of which are not moving at all, some of which have been cut open and drained of whatever was inside of them, as you saw firsthand. All of them have these horrible looks on their face. Some of them are animals, some of them are people.
Is there more than one path to take out of where we are currently?
Looking around, your dark vision only extends so far, and the only light you have is whenever the webbing kind of phases in, and then when it disappears, it's completely pitch black. So as you kind of look around, you look to see like maybe it seems like there's maybe only one way out.
Okay.
It looks like you're just in this really huge kind of like dusty cavern.
Okay. I'm gonna walk over to kind of examine that a little bit further to see if it is indeed a direction I can take.
Okay. So, try to draw this a little bit. Or not yet. You. And where were... There you go. Alright. So this is about all you see so far. It's
Okay.
just this kind of round area.
Alright. So I'm gonna head over kind of where it looks like it might be a way out of where we are.
Okay. So you walk over here, and out of existence blinks this
Ooh.
blue flash of light. And two of those spider-like creatures you saw before, they kind of hiss at you, and their 8 glowy blue eyes kind of light up as they want initiative from you guys.
Go away.
Damn.
You, with your passive perception, because it's very high, hear that ahead in the distance you hear this screeching sound. And the knight looks to you, and if that's where your friends are, we must hurry.
Yeah, I suppose we should.
Alright, so you'll be at the end of the initiative order regardless, but everyone go ahead and roll initiative.
14.
8.
Nice.
Oh, is that including me?
I mean, you're at the
You'll be
end.
at the end regardless, unfortunately, but...
I mean, feel free to roll, but it makes no difference.
It would have been first.
yeah. Sorry, so 14, 8.
8, yes.
Okay.
No big deal, just 22. I'll go last.
It's cool. It's cool.
Alright, Alexia, you're first.
Okay. I will try. Let's see. Nope.
Ooh, the more you get down to the bottom of those, the more you taste that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's probably heavier, so it's settled at the bottom.
Yeah.
Gotta mix it up a little bit.
What you should do to avoid that is, if getting closer to the bottom makes you taste it more, just drink the whole thing while it's still, like, relatively full.
That's true. Genius
Okay.
fairs.
So I'm gonna mark this one with Hunter's Mark.
Okay. Oh, there we go.
Okay, so then I'll use a light arrow. Well, I'm not going to use a light arrow. I'm running out of those. I will do sharpshooter and bursting arrow on it.
Okay. Which one?
That one.
Okay.
Is this one within 10 or is he just at... It looks like he's just out of it.
He's within 10.
Is he?
So, yeah, he'd be here. Ithlin would be there, so...
Yeah, I would be within 10 feet of that.
Yeah, but I'm aiming at that one, so is he
Oh,
within 10
no,
feet
no,
of him?
no.
Yeah, okay. Okay,
Just on the outskirts.
that's fine. That's fine.
But Ithlin would be in the range of this one, because it's 1-2.
Well, wasn't it from the point of origin?
The point of origin is the creature.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So 10 feet in all directions from it is where it affects, and that includes diagonal. So you're 10 feet away from it diagonally.
Then I'll just do a grasping arrow on it.
Okay.
So I'll do... So it has Hunter's Mark, and I'll do Sharpshooter with a grasping arrow.
Okay.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know either.
15.
I think Sam ran around. I'll be right back. A little this.
Sorry, guys.
Oh, thank you.
Sam has that stuff.
You see if you're working on your car, yeah?
That's Andrews.
Yeah.
That's Andrews.
Andrews, oh yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you probably weren't Andrews.
Oh, no. I'm just the roommate. But thank you. I'll let you know if you drop me by.
You bet.
Thanks. Sorry about that.
Alright, I rolled a 15.
15? 15 hits?
Oh, nice. Dope. Okay, so I need a 6 and my 8. Okay, I'll just do one at a time. So arrow damage. 8. 9
There we go, that's better.
Alright, 14. Oh, and then plus 10. So he takes 24 damage.
24 damage.
Yep. And he is now grasped.
So how much? Yeah.
Do you want to break down of the different types?
No, that's fine.
Basically keeps him in one place. If he tries to move, he takes damage. Unless he beats the athletics save. Then he just kind of breaks through it.
Yeah, so you fire, hit it immediately, and this kind of sticks in really, really deep, and these vines begin immediately entrapping it, kind of wrapping it up in itself.
Nice.
Do you want to do anything else?
I'll do another sharpshooter. Just regular sharpshooter, though. I'll mark it right there. 12.
12? Misses, unfortunately.
Dang.
Dang.
Alright.
As it's kind of like twirling and like writhing in your vines, you fire at it, and it kind of like pulls out of the wrong direction as your vines still entrap it. It's kind of like wrapped up at this point.
Alright, that's all my stuff.
Okay. So on this turn, as a bonus action, as it's kind of like being wrapped up, it automatically just kind of like vanishes. And the vines kind of fall to the ground, what were entrapping it.
Oh, man.
It moves over here. Then it appears in a flash of blue light next to you.
Oh, damn.
This one's also going to move over here to you.
Do we have reaction movements if they just like pop up on us? We're like,
Only if you have abilities that say they're a reaction.
gotcha.
So they both swing on you guys. Their totals are... Oh, your AC is... Okay. First one misses. So they both kind of like try and bite at you, fangs out, just flailing this kind of like ethereal goo appearing on their like mandibles, and they try and bite you, and you step out of the way, and then they kind of flash, and they vanish for a second, and then they go and they're right in your face, and they both bite you. So, Alexia, you'll take... 9 points of damage. And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
21.
Okay. So we'll take that. So you take 8 points of damage. As the bite across your hand, it begins to like immediately sting and swell up. And then the damage you will take will be very low. Take 4 points of damage. But I need you to take, or also to make a Constitution saving throw.
12.
12? That's just barely enough.
Nice.
So you'll also take half. 12. Wow. So you'll take 13 points of damage.
13 total?
Yes.
Okay.
After the poison effect.
Mm-hmm.
The initial bite is only like the 4 damage. And
So
then,
it's 17 total.
yeah.
Okay.
So what roll do I, with Hunter's Mark being concentration, I have to roll to see if I'm still
Roll a d10
doing
and
right?
add your Constitution
Okay.
modifier to it.
It's a D20 and you gotta get a 10 or higher.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you're
Pretty sure that passes.
Yeah.
Oh,
you're
okay,
fine.
cool.
It wasn't enough overflow damage to really matter, so you're good. After me is Itlin's turn.
Cool. So I can see the one that's in front of me?
Yeah.
Okay.
When they attack, they kind of blink out of existence for a moment.
Okay. Gonna attack it.
Okay.
Let's see. So 19 and 17?
Those both hit.
Cool.
What was the other one? It was 2, and then what was your total?
It would be 11.
Let's just random this.
Yeah. Let's see. 40?
40 damage. So the first one you swing in it, and it kind of blinks away, and you stab your sword into the ground, and then it tries to go and lunge at you, and that's when you uppercut with the other one. You cut it across, and then it blinks again, and as it tries to bite you from the side, you slash to the other side, making your sword appear, and it dies. Just
Nice.
screech on the ground as it flings over backwards spider style, and its legs all curl up as it screeches ends. So those are all 3 of your actions. Do you want to make a movement at all?
I'll move to there.
Okay. So Varys, you come as you and the knight go further into the forest. You come across this kind of like indent in the ground. And it looks like a huge creature dug this hole out. And you kind of see the same ethereal webbing all over it, and it kind of leads down further in.
Do I hear any of that screeching from before?
Yeah, probably.
Sound like this is its origin?
Yeah.
I look to the net. Well, do you think they're probably down there?
Sounds like either way, someone needs our help. I may be dead, but I'm still a knight.
Awesome. Well, You are in fact a knight, so I'll lead the way. I need you stumbling into something.
Alright, so actually, let's see. There it is. Alright, so we'll probably put you and him about right here. Alexia, you're up.
Okay. Do I still get the safe, like, 5 feet of movement, or does he automatically get an AOV?
Yeah, if you move, it will most likely try to hit you.
Yeah. You can use one of your actions to disengage, though.
Oh, that's right. Okay. I will do that.
Okay.
I'll use my other action to shoot it.
Go for it.
24.
That hits.
That max damage, though.
19 damage.
19 damage. Yeah, you plant an arrow right between its 8 little eyes, and it kind of like pins it to the ground, and it kind of like screams about and flails, and then falls down. Doesn't move anymore.
Good.
As that arrow kind of like disappears and comes back to you. Anything else?
Nope. I just say to Evelyn, let's leave this place now.
So you feel this rush of wind above you
Oh no.
as you're walking down the tunnel. And
You
out
feel
of,
that,
out of nowhere, you saw earlier that massive spider-like creature with glowing blue veins kind of coming all across it. And its legs, when they're spread about, kind of these ethereal glowing, almost like bat wings attached to them. And it lets loose this huge screech at you guys.
I immediately use second wind.
One sec. Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay. What's its range on that? Oh, okay. Oh, it's gonna miss. So it immediately kind of like stands up on its hind legs, just kind of like shoots this huge ethereal web past you, and then to
Past
the wall
me?
next to you. Yeah,
Oh,
shoots the wall next to you, and it kind of screeches. That's the end of its turn. It used all its movement up. So Itlan, it's your turn. Second wind.
yeah, that's one of my actions. I'm low HP already from like getting attacked and falling from the ceiling and stuff. So.
Did you roll your hit points for?
Yeah, no, I have appropriate hit points now.
Oh, okay, good.
I no longer have the magic number. It's alright.
Oh, wow.
12. Okay. It's
That's
12.
whatever you roll plus your level, so. Right? Plus your fighter level?
Yeah, that's how it works, right?
I think so.
It's 1d10 plus your level.
Yeah.
I have not gotten the action surge yet as a player. I've never made a fighter yet.
It's pretty sweet when you get to do stuff like that.
So bonus action, second wind, what else do you want to do?
Let's see. I should probably attack it.
Okay.
That's me.
That's,
Oh, that's you.
yeah.
That's you.
I'm much closer.
Yep.
There we go. Okay, so let's see. 28 and 26.
Those both hit.
Just gonna start using a calculator for falling damage. I've been awake too long. I can't do math anymore.
It's understandable.
Damage 2d8s. 28.
28 damage. Screeches with every hit as you swing across it, and it kind of stands up, just kind of flails with its 8 legs.
It jumped.
No, it just kind of like stood up, like reared up
So
as you slashed at it.
6.
Either way.
Standing on 2 and there are 6 flailing.
Little bat wings
anything
attached.
Yeah. Weird.
I can't do anything else.
Well, they kind of attach between each leg, so it's like,
Oh, it's kind of like webbing.
yeah, like
Gross.
between each leg.
It's got webbed feet.
No.
legs.
Yeah, kind of.
It's gross.
Webbed armpits.
It's like you
Kinda.
can't figure out what kind of animal he wants to be.
Yeah. Anything else?
Would it be a spider or
I don't believe I can do anything
Alright,
else.
very straight up.
So I can see it, right?
Yeah, you can definitely see it.
Okay. Can I see Ithlin behind it?
You can see it's fighting something. It's a large creature, so it's kind of taking up most of the space. But you can see it's fighting something in front of it.
Alright. I will go right at it.
Okay.
And I will use a bonus action to cast Hex on it.
Okay. So you see it enveloped in this kind of black mist all around it. All of a sudden, you're not sure if it's doing it or something else is doing it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a spider. Yeah, whatever. I'm just going to... It's like standing on its hind legs.
For that moment it was, but no, it's standing on all of its legs properly.
I attack its butt.
What stat do you want to have disadvantage on? For your hex?
Dexterity.
Dexterity. Alright.
should just plug the web hole so it can't shoot webs in.
Go for it.
But yeah, I'll attack it.
Okay.
Keep the sticky substance to itself.
Well, there's a nat
Nice.
20.
There we
Nice.
go.
So that one probably hit. And then
Definitely.
17.
Sure, hope
for the
Something
other
also
one.
hits.
Nice.
So I'm going to do my crit second because I would like to kill it if that happens. So that will be... Five, 10, 15 for the first one. And 30 for the second one.
So how much damage? Sorry.
That's
Total's like
45.
45.
So 30 for the second hit, so that was your crit. And how much was the first one? 15?
15.
Okay, cool. Did you count your hexblade damage?
Yeah.
Okay. So 45 damage. Yeah, you immediately kind of cut it across the back of the thorax area, and it kind of like screeches in front of you, and then as it kind of like whips around and trying to figure out what happened, you kind of like slash it across its mandibles, cutting one of them off as it kind of like spurts this kind of blue goo all over you.
I may be apathetic, but I do care about that. It's like all of my beard now, just like
Oh, no.
fucking dripping.
Yeah.
Oh.
Alright, after that is the knight's turn. So I'm gonna try and 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Just enough.
Gonna try and attack. Both those attacks miss.
Oh
As it kind of slams against it, and it
Well,
makes a small dent in it, but this kind of like metallic on kind of like shell-like sound appears across. It leaves a small mark, but not enough to do any damage.
I mean, I guess the good thing is he's already dead.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about him.
Lexi, it's your turn.
Okay.
I like begin to see why he required our assistance.
Just look at him like.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll mark it with Hunter's Mark for one.
Okay.
You guys are all just like fucking right next to it. Oh, well, I guess, okay, so considering how big it is, does it take up its own 10-foot radius?
No, so it's 10. The creature is the point of origin. Okay. So no matter how big it is, 10 feet away from that, it will always radiate from that. Yeah.
You guys need to stop just running in there. So
It could be like a sized colossal creature, taking up like 20 fucking squares, and it would still 10 feet away from that. Like, affect whatever's 10 feet on the outside of it.
So overpowered. Just unlimited radius.
Yeah, just based on how big the thing you're fighting is.
Okay. I will attempt a sharpshooter with light arrow and grasping arrow.
Okay.
Nope. That is a 10.
10 damage.
No, like 10 to hit.
Or yeah, 10, sorry. Yeah, so it radiates that energy and kind of fire past it, and it way over here somewhere.
Unfortunate.
It's only one attack. We will try again. All of that. Sharpshooter, light arrow, grasping arrow.
Okay.
16?
That hits.
Yes.
Nice.
Okay. It's gonna be a lot of mess. Okay. Garbage. Okay, then light arrow.
That's max damage. Oh
No,
no,
that's
it's
a
a 1.
one.
Sorry.
That's
looks
a
like,
one.
looks like a 4 from here. Sorry, I've got the light across everything I see, so.
There we go.
19. So that'll be 28. That one. That one. Okay. Gonna go with 28 damage.
28 damage?
Yeah. And it's grasping arrow, so it can attempt to break.
On its turn, yeah.
So.
Anything else?
No.
So, much like the other ones, for its bonus action, it kind of disappears entirely, and the vines kind of fall to the ground.
He's such a cheater. Does that count as moving?
No. He's literally phasing through a different realm.
Damn it.
Phase spiders, what they do is they transition to a realm between realms momentarily, so anything touching them kind of just goes away.
Alright,
Or
fine.
stop
I'll
touching
use
them.
something else next time.
Yeah.
Fucking can't cheat his way through.
Let's see if its web thingy recharges. It does. That will hit. Yeah, +5 to hit, so that's gonna do it. Alright, so it shoots a web right at you and it kind of immediately kind of sticks to you, and
Fuck.
it's so much of it that kind of like immediately kind of envelops your person.
Ugh.
So on your turn you'll need to make a check to get out of that, but currently you are restrained. And then for its last action, it's going to try and bite Ithlin in front of him. Just barely misses you.
Sweet.
It's the kind of thing where it goes to lunge at you, and you
Yeah.
kind of pull up your sword and just barely bat it out of the way, but you were like inside of its mouth,
Yeah.
basically, just very,
Super
very close.
Close call.
Yeah. After me is Ithlin, though.
Nice. just gonna attack it.
Hey, Michael, can I see the pH?
Ooh, nat 20. There we go.
Ooh.
And let's see. So the lowest is gonna be a 17 to hit.
Yeah, that hits. All
Okay,
hits.
so all 3 hits. So let's see. I need to roll.
A lot.
So it's
I need Xanax.
damage 3 times, and then you just double the 20. That's how it works, right?
With a 20, you roll the damage dice twice.
Oh, I thought you just doubled it.
No, in
That's
previous
the old
editions,
way?
in previous
That's the
editions
old
you did,
way.
yes.
Oh, okay. So I just need to roll 4 times then.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. Here we go.
But you don't add your modifier to a crit twice. You just add it once still.
Okay.
But you do double the dice.
Okay.
So.
Ooh, there we go. Uh, 50?
50 damage. How do you want to end this, Jordan?
Damn it.
I want to slide under it and just like split the whole thing open and get covered in goo.
So your first attack, as it kind of lunged at you and you dodged it out of the way, it goes to strike at you again and you're ready for it. So you slash with one. You cut the other mandible off that was already gone. Your second attack, you kind of like cut under it. As it rears up under it, it goes to lunge at you, and you use that momentum it's creating as it lunges for you. You slide under it, just striking all the way down. You appear next to Varys as the creature kind of explodes in this like ethereal, like blue light goo. You're covered in it. Varys is covered more in it. But the creature just falls apart dead.
Yes. Satisfying. Like, as I stand up and just look over at Varys, and like,
Yeah, you look over at me and I'm just...
oh, Varys, you appear to have something on your everything.
You look over and you see your colleague talking to you. You've definitely got better since last I saw you. It's too bad it won't be enough for the coming trials.
What makes you say that?
I've said too much. You, for the first time, see him talking to nothing.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Well, it seems that coming down here wasn't a waste after all.
It's never a waste if you can save somebody in need. I'm glad you're reunited with your allies.
Yes, I am as well.
I take careful.
Are you the only one
careful
not covered
steps.
in goo?
Yeah, not to step in the goo.
Oh, it's everywhere. Like, it's everywhere.
I fly. No, just kidding. I'm not gonna waste my flying on that. Let's leave this place. It's disgusting.
Yeah, it's probably still.
I take it this
full of
isn't the
spiders.
thing that took your beloved?
Potentially, yeah.
Well, no one described the spider to me.
I see. Was there anyone else with you?
Are you speaking to us?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there was
Oh.
one other guy. Can I go search his body?
Sure.
Oh, but
He's
wouldn't he be
suspended in the
dead?
air. He's also suspended in the air, yeah.
Is he an actual person or a dead spirit?
You don't know?
Oh, okay.
Things can still die here in the Shadowfell, even if they're already dead.
I'm good. We can go. He's dead. Like dead.
I see.
Real dead.
Just one other person was with you?
As far as we know. There's only one other person making noise and asking for help. And then he died. Because he was making noise and asking for help.
What exactly happened to you guys? How'd they get the jump on you?
Not totally sure. Last I remember, I was in a tree, nice and cozy, about to take a rest, waiting for you guys. And then I woke up here, pretty much paralyzed and staring through cotton crap, which I can only assume was a spider's web now.
You can almost hear my eyes roll because of how it sounds to be in a tree.
There I was, in a tree.
So you'll never guess. I was in a tree.
See, that's literally how every one of your stories starts. You were in a tree. Anyway. And then Ithlin showed up somehow. I don't know how he got captured. But we're free now, so let's not dwell on the past. Who's this guy?
Well, this person saved Ithlin and I when we were in the city. He managed to sneak us out of the city through the tunnels. The sewers, actually. We kind of agreed to help him find his lost love that has been taken from him. So he's sort of our guide.
Any trace of her to find or follow?
He says there's some beast that lives in these woods that took her. He's not entirely sure what it looks like, but...
But it wasn't the spider.
It would
Apparently
appear
not.
not.
Any other information about this beast? What it looks like? Anything? A shadow?
The other spirits who linger here are not entirely forthcoming. I've only heard so much.
So how will we know when we find the correct creature? Assuming there's many a creature in the forest.
The last bit of information I was given... Did you see the tower, by chance, on the outskirts of town?
Yes.
Well,
She probably saw it. She was climbing
Probably.
around on stuff.
through these woods...
Yeah, that random building we were kind of heading towards.
Through these woods, there exists an architecture here in the Shadowfell. I do not know how old or recent it is, as this place is ever changing. But the last bit of information I received was that the creature makes its home there. I can take you to the Feydark, but only once I know she is safe.
So perhaps we head towards that tower and see what we encounter along the way.
Yes.
I need you all to keep your wits about you. I know you are not denizens here.
Well, I make no guarantee. I cannot even begin to understand how this Shadowfell may affect me.
The longer you stay here, the more permanently a part of it you become.
Ugh. Then let's do this quickly.
The process has even begun to affect me, and he kind of pulls down his collar, and you see that black kind of ichor-like thing stretching across part of his face.
Ew. Well, let's be on our way. The sooner we reunite you with your beloved, the sooner we can leave. And everything goes back to normal. In a manner of speaking. I start walking out.
Okay.
I will follow the knight.
Okay.
Yep. I'm headed out.
Okay. Something you guys see passively is that more of those kind of
Do I? Do I?
maybe not you, but at least Varys and Ithlin do. Something you start seeing is that more of those kind of silhouettes of more spiders are kind of down these tunnels.
Ew.
And that kind of luminescent blue kind of looks all around, but as they kind of get close to you, they pull back.
Is it because we're wearing their mother's blood?
You don't know?
It's trophies. Nice, I'll move
But
my
they do
shit.
not give you any trouble as you progress down the tunnel.
Oh, good.
Once you guys are back out in the woods, who would like to make a survival check?
Me.
Not me.
Me. I'll do it. Am I doing it for everyone?
Yes.
Oh,
You are
nice.
actively acting as the one who kind of traverses through things. You do have advantage. Actually, you have just a straight roll. So, one thing for you is since you are overcome with a sense of dread, you have disadvantage on all saving throws.
Damn
Oh
it.
no.
So, just so you know.
Not
but,
me. Not me.
yeah. It's just saving throws, not your ability checks.
Yeah, but if I bless my party, we all get additional saving throw.
Well, you wouldn't.
It's not a saving throw. A survival check is an ability check.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah. So, since the knight is helping whoever does it, you get advantage on it.
Okay.
For you, since you're apathetic right now, you have disadvantage on death saving throws and dexterity check for initiative. For you have disadvantage on ability checks and saving throws that use intelligence, wisdom, or charisma.
Dang it. Intelligence is my best thing.
Okay, so I did the survival check.
Mm-hmm.
23.
23? Kind of understanding how this place works, in that if you're not careful, anything can potentially be a threat. You very carefully keep a lookout as the night kind of leads you all through the forest and nothing catches you off guard. You kind of see these shadows moving occasionally, but when they notice that you see them, they kind of back off.
See that, guys? I'm intimidated.
You gather that whatever dwells in this woods, it operates on catching you off guard. Eventually, you come through this clearing, and what you all see is this battlefield. Swords and weapons and armor, all covered with age and the ground, all litter this battlefield. You can see the skeletons of different bodies and everything all across. A huge battle took place here.
Skeletons?
Yeah.
The undead lives here.
Yes. The dead seem to like to not stay dead here, so be prepared for anything.
I turn to the knight. Do you know what battle occurred here?
I do not. All I know is that the Shadowfell reflects the material plane in some way. Whatever happened here, more than likely happened on our plane.
Currently or in the past?
It's difficult to say. Time flows differently here.
Can I do an investigate, some sort of check for something that does not look as touched by time as everything else?
Everything is touched by time.
Okay, well. This place sucks. Alright, we venture on.
Okay. Actually, what is the party order right now currently?
Well, I assume the knight and I are leading.
Mm-hmm.
Probably. So you guys behind them then?
Yeah.
Okay.
A winding road. Multiple winding roads.
So this is just different kind of maneuvering through what the battlefield looks like. It kind of stretches far, and the various paths you take are just kind of stepping over these old bodies and everything.
Mm.
So you guys are in front? Okay. So which direction would you guys like to travel?
Hmm.
Can we see the tower in the distance?
Oh yeah, it's poking up on a. It's really far away, but like up on a hilltop, you can kind of see it. It looks like whatever this battlefield was, that's what overlooked it.
I go straight down the middle.
Okay.
I'm gonna follow her.
Okay.
I mean, they're leading us, so.
Okay. You guys walk along, and the bones begin to glow the same luminescent blue as you've seen the previous denizens turn. They stand up and they look to you all. Vultures come to pick the battlefield clean, have you?
Not
No.
at all.
Just walking through.
You don't look dead, except for him.
Yeah, so we intend to keep on not being dead.
We seek safe passage to that tower over there. Do you know what dwells inside?
I'm tethered here. Cursed to relive this battle over and over.
What battle is that?
It's been so long I don't remember what we were fighting for. But you could free us.
How so?
Let us possess your body.
Nope.
Didn't work very well the last person that suggested that we do that, so we'll have to decline.
Allow us to travel to your plane. Once there, we'll leave you in peace.
We're just looking to make our way through, not making deals with anyone. We just are looking to leave. I apologize, we cannot help you.
If you will not help us, we'll simply take them for ourselves. Roll initiative.
Frickin'
Always trying
jerk bags.
Just trying to get all up in my face. 21.
25 to 20. You have disadvantage on initiative right now.
I know, and I rolled a 20 and a 17.
Oh.
Nice.
So 25 to 20 then?
21.
What was your total?
24.
Okay. What did you do, Idlin?
He's
I
dropping
just
his
dropped
die.
19. So 21.
Same.
Okay. Wow. Okay, Rare starts off.
I will draw my second scimitar and just kind of walk over to this guy on the right, and I will put him back in the ground.
Okay.
It's, I don't know how strong these guys are. I'll just attack him twice to start off with. Wow. Okay. 11 and 23.
Both those hit?
Wow.
Just roll your scimitar damage.
So 10 and 6.
So 16.
Yeah.
Okay. So you fought creatures like this before, and your blades go through them, and the cold on your scimitars just don't seem to have any effect on them. Although it does definitely kind of pull parts of them away, and they kind of grimace in pain.
Is he still there?
Yeah.
I swing on him a third time,
Okay.
as I seem to have underestimated him. 11.
That hits.
That's so sad. 6.
22. Alright.
And
Anything else?
nope, I am finished.
Alexia, you're up.
Can you shoot at point blank?
No. It's
You can.
disadvantage for me.
Yeah, you just have disadvantage.
Does that defeat in this one to point blank?
It is an Unearthed Arcana, and it's really broken.
It's not even a feat in Unearthed Arcana, it's just a fighter style
Oh,
they can take.
yeah.
I'll use one action.
Basically, no UA. It's stupid and not... It's like a beta book, pretty much. It's not legal yet.
I'll do one action to disengage.
Okay.
And then and just shoot that.
Wasn't it
one.
a thing in like?
3.5. You take
Yeah,
shot.
it's 3.5. Yeah.
19.
That hits.
Ugh, 7.
7 damage. So your arrow does like fly right through it, and it definitely creates a hole there, and it grimaces in pain, but then the hole just repairs itself.
Oh, I'm dead.
Okay, Ithlin, you're up.
I'm going to cast Poison Spray
Okay.
and Burning Hands.
Okay.
So Burning Hands is like a dex save.
Yes. Do you know how cones work?
Yeah, it's like my point of origin, like out that way.
So it is. It'll look like this. So yes, it is point of origin, but it would be 1, 1, 2, or 1, 2, whatever direction you want to go.
Mhm.
But it's 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So that's the number of squares you can affect.
Mm-hmm.
So it does spread out from you, but that's how it looks on the grid.
Okay. So if I move forward, it's gonna.
You have enough movement to do it.
Yeah, it's gonna hit him,
Yes, for sure.
and then where from there? If I move forward?
From him, it will do. So you can't move after you cast a spell. Like once the spell's cast, you can't spread it. So it'd be him, then 1, 2, or 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
But you could do, if you wanted to hit him, if you wanted to hit them both, you'd have to move over here. And you could move to here, and you could go him, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
And
yeah.
you have enough movement to do that, so.
Yeah. So I was standing there.
Yes.
So I'll just move there.
Yeah.
And I'll hit
Yes.
both of them.
And so what is your dexterity save?
Let's see.
It's your spell attack, or your spell DC, which you should have on there.
Yes. 16.
Okay.
Does that go up when you level up?
Yeah, depending on what stats get higher, yes. It's based on your primary casting stat, your proficiency, and something else. Oh, it's an 8, whatever, so... Yeah, when your proficiency and your primary stat go up, that number goes up as well. So as long as you keep increasing those stats. And your proficiency automatically goes up, so...
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's... Because this was from, like, whatever level we were a while ago, so it's probably higher, but I don't know.
Well, this is your character sheet, so that should be the one thing updated, so...
Well, if my proficiency bonus is higher...
So it'd be 4 plus your casting stat plus 8.
4 plus intelligence plus 8.
Okay.
Yeah, it'd still be 16.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, so they both failed regardless, so go ahead and roll damage.
Cool. Nice. 11. So 15 for Burning Hands.
Okay. Okay.
And then, is Poison Spray also a cone? Or is it just a ranged attack? It's just a spell? I don't remember. I really should write this kind of stuff down.
Probably. I'll save you the time though. Regardless, you kind of cast your poison forward, and it doesn't seem to affect them in any shape or form.
Dang it!
Same with the fire. So you kind of let this huge gout of flame from your fingertips, and they kind of cover their eyes and they're kind of pushed back a little bit. But the flames themselves kind of like separate around them as they continue walking through the flames. Seem to have taken effect, but not that much of an effect.
It's a Constitution saving throw.
Let's see. I have one.
So you have the movement, a bonus action, and an action.
Yeah, I've got
You still have an attack, I believe.
Yeah, I could attack if I wanted to. I could attack him, and even if I hit him, it's not going to do a lot of damage, but then he'd have disadvantage to attack me. I think I'll do that. That's not a bad idea. Let's see if I hit him. 20. Not a natural, but
That hits.
cool. So I'm just rolling the d8 then. Let's do it. 8 damage.
8 damage.
Yeah, buddy.
And that's just the weapon damage, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not the enchantments.
Okay. Alright, so your sword kind of slashes through him, and it's like hitting air. There's kind of a little bit of physical presence there of resistance, but it was not very strong. Alright, I need all 3 of you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh.
And I believe yours is a disadvantage.
Yeah, hers is.
Yours is also a disadvantage. It's a saving throw.
Wait, who has a disadvantage?
You and Alexia both do.
Oh.
Yeah, because it has to do with your wisdom, so... Anything to do with wisdom you have disadvantage on, and then you have disadvantage on everything for saving throw wise. So what's everyone's total?
14.
14.
3.
3.
1.
Both of you roll a d4.
3.
Have a d4 out. Yeah. 1.
You age 30 years, Alexia,
Oh.
as your hair suddenly grows longer, and you get like a little bit of like a slight itty bitty kind of like line under your eye.
No.
You suddenly feel like you've been asleep for a very long time, and you're like, well, it's different. You age 10 years.
Lol.
Actually, given the lore of my elves, so what it feels like all of a sudden to you is like you have not been home in a very, very long time.
You get homesick a little bit?
Not only do you get homesick, it's like you have not... It already wears on you as you travel the road, as you're not there, and like nothing compares to Vamiran climates and everything like that, but you suddenly feel like you've not been home in a very long time, and almost like you've been on another planet forever, as you really, really miss home.
It's very like world weary feeling.
Exactly, yes. So you two are currently both afraid.
Dang it.
You're fine this time, though.
I'm wise beyond my years.
Apparently.
Being afraid does what? We have like...
So being frightened is you have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source is greater than line of sight.
Yeah.
And you actually cannot move closer to it. On your turn, you are compelled to move away from it.
Oh, that's fine. I'm a ranged character.
Yeah, so you can be away from it, but even shooting at it still, you're so afraid of it that it's going to be hard to hit it. So that's one thing it does in its turn.
Disadvantage sharpshooter PogChamp.
So this one over here, you can see it's kind of like shimmering in and out, and you can tell it's weakened. It looks to you, and it's fine. If you won't give it to me, I'll take it. I need you to make a charisma saving throw.
Are these charms or...
No.
Is this one a charm?
No.
Dang it. That's okay. I'm supposed to be good at charisma saving throws.
Yeah. Should be fine for you.
Only
20?
You're fine. So you feel it kind of pass into you, and for a moment it's inside of you, and you feel your whole body go cold, and you can't move your own arm, but you're very aware of this, and then you can... No! And you force it out of you.
Get out of me, Satan.
Not today, Satan.
Yeah, pretty much. Last thing it's going to do, that one right there next to you is going to swing on you. Last move it's got, that's going to hit it. Still take 17 points of necrotic damage.
Me?
Yes, as you feel its hand.
Was that with disadvantage?
Yes.
Oh, he hit me with disadvantage.
Yeah.
Oh.
The first one's a crit, but
Oh, jeez.
so luckily that. But yeah, 17 points of damage. As you feel its cold kind of claw go through you, and your whole body goes numb for a second as it withdraws it, and you kind of lose your breath for a second. But they're done, so it is his turn. Unhand my compatriots, and he's gonna swing on them.
Is he gonna hit this time?
Yes, actually.
He's not entirely useless.
Hits twice, as a matter of fact.
Nice.
5, can tell his attacks did not seem to do much damage. But he did hit it. After that, it's top round. Varus, you're up.
I finish him.
Potentially.
Until 2 more pop up.
17.
That hits.
Let's see if this kills him or not. Oh, 11?
There we go.
11 just physical damage.
Yes.
Okay. That's just barely enough as you slash through him.
Knew it.
He's still kind of weakened from trying to enter your body in the first place, and he just kind of like screams as his body explodes.
I will move forward and attack this other one.
Okay. It's one that's currently not in a position to grant you flanking.
That's cool.
Dang.
I attack him twice.
Okay.
Wow, there's a crit.
Ooh.
Nice.
Nice.
The other one is like a 22 to hit.
Nice both hit.
Yeah. Alright.
Nice.
So the crit is a 17 and then 10 damage after that.
So 27?
Yeah, 27 total.
Alright. You yourself know that any other creature in front of you would have fallen in such a ferocious attack. But as you slash through it multiple times in this whirlwind of attacks, it phases in and out a little bit, but it's still ready to fight.
Well, they were tough, I guess.
Anything else?
Nope, I'm done.
Alexia, you're up.
Oh, he's still alive, dang.
Yes. So you need to
Alive.
be... You need to be at least 15 feet away from it, which I think you are already.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you're far enough away from it.
Am I... So my...
Your attacks will have disadvantage.
Yeah, okay.
At the end of your turn, you can try and not be afraid, though.
Uh, 19.
That hits.
11.
Okay.
I will try not being afraid.
You're just gonna end your turn.
Oh, I guess that's not the... No, I'm gonna hit him again.
Okay.
Oh, that's bad. Okay, 9.
9 misses, unfortunately.
Okay.
The first one passes through it and creates a small hole and when it returns to your quiver, and you try and fire again. This one, your hands are shaking so uncontrollably that as you fire the arrow, it drifts off to the side.
Alright, so now it's the end of my turn.
Yes, so go ahead and make another wisdom saving throw.
Disadvantage.
Yes.
6.
6.
Stupid wisdom.
6 total?
Yeah.
Need to roll another d4.
Oh no.
3.
You age another 30 years.
Oh no.
Cool.
That's so much.
Yeah.
I'm
It's older than I am now.
Yeah. Gosh, I'm just hanging out with a bunch of old people. Psh.
It's
Says the guy that's probably still 3 times our age.
Still looking
yeah.
pretty good, though.
So you being next to him, you need to be at least 15 feet away from him immediately. You are completely compelled to move away from him. So you move away from him, he gets to swing on you.
Okay. Disadvantage.
I remember. That's still gonna be able to hit though.
Shit.
Yeah. So 15 points of damage.
Jeez.
Feel a cold claw scratch you across your back and pierce your armor as you run away. But you almost don't feel it as you're so terrified that I have to get away immediately. And you get away and your body's shaking, you're looking at this creature and you can't get a hold of yourself. You can still make actions this turn though.
Mm-hmm.
That just force you to use your movement.
Okay. Couldn't I just move? No, I can't get closer.
Nope.
Mhm.
It's like, it was only half my movement.
Yeah, and the save comes at the end of your turn, so...
Yeah.
want you guys to know this is a level 4 encounter, so... I thought it was harsh too, for level 4s. At least none of you are human.
Yeah, can you imagine being human and being swarmed by like 3 of them and failing and rolling a 4 each time and just aging 120 years and dying?
Yeah, that's what would happen.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, I'm what, halfway through my life now? Just standing here.
About 180 to 200. If you're really lucky. How old are you right now?
83.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
How old are you?
She's got a solid 20 years on me now.
Oh man.
You still look rockin', don't worry.
How long is her hair now? Is it like down to her feet?
It's just like dragging.
Oh yeah, it's
Buffalo,
definitely
just like,
down to your feet. Like, as you kind of like take a step backwards, you're almost stepping on it.
Can I casually just like
You can, yeah.
take an arrow and just start cutting it off?
Boy.
This is too long. Too long to manage. Just create like new bowstrings out of my hair. In case my bow.
That'd be an interesting
breaks.
crafting check. I'd let you try.
I'm gonna
If
cast
they're in
Burning Hands again. I
bow
can't
with
do
extra
anything
magical
else.
abilities.
Okay, so that'll just barely hit him.
Cool.
So you can do that though.
Cool. Okay.
I'll see some checks.
So it's 16.
Yeah.
Nice. Uh, 11?
11 damage.
Cool.
Alright.
I can't do anything else, so.
So on your turn, make another wisdom check,
Okay.
which is still disadvantage for you.
Mm-hmm. Five.
5 total.
Yes.
Roll a d4.
Okay. Two.
You age 20 years.
Oh boy.
Suddenly that longing for home is really, really deep in your soul, and
No. I don't want to be here anymore.
another turn is my turn. So you pass. Let's see. Can it? Oh, it's a recharge. Okay, let's see if it recharges. It does not recharge. It's gonna swing on you. Wow. All right.
Who is you?
Varys.
Okay.
It's the only person close to him.
I allow this to happen.
You allow it?
Well, I got a natural 20, so you're gonna have to let it happen either way.
Damn it.
Yeah, which really sucks.
I kill him in response.
It's gonna be a lot of damage.
Like, actually, I'm about to kill him in response. Before max damage and I somehow die.
35 points of necrotic damage.
Wow, what a jerk face.
You feel its ethereal hand pierce through your armor and slide slowly up your being, and you feel the tip of its fingers kind of grate against your heart momentarily as you feel this cold shiver through your entire body, and then it violently withdraws its hand.
Well, you know what? If he's gonna make me feel cold, then burn, and I point at him in Hellish Rebuke in response.
Okay, does he get saved for that?
Yeah, it's a 17 dexterity.
Just barely makes it.
Ooh. Dang it.
Okay.
What a bitch.
He takes 4 damage.
Okay. Alright.
That was sad.
So as the fire bursts forth from your entire being, it kind of just whooshes past him. It's like his entire core just kind of like seems to negate the flames almost. After his turn is Sir Knight's turn. Let's see what he can do. He's gonna come over here.
Watch, he's gonna take the kill shot because we just like wore him down.
Yeah.
It's gonna hit.
Softened him up.
That one not. Actually, that was it. Yeah. At this point, after his attacks, you see it. The ghost it's phasing in and out. It's fluctuating between solid and ethereal, and it's gritting its teeth and just growling in pain. Varys, you're up.
I kind of want to BM it.
Yeah.
Badmouth him.
No.
Just backhand him instead of actually attacking. But
Do it.
I'm just tired of his shit.
Talk him into death again.
I'm just going to attack him 3 times, and we're gonna see what happens.
Okay.
I'm not even gonna move for advantage. Wow, those are all really low. The lowest was a 13.
They all hit. And I'm gonna say your minimum damage is more than 1, so you definitely finish him off.
God, what a bitch. Sir Knight couldn't land one more fucking
Well, he doesn't have magical weapons, so.
fucking bastard. No wonder he needs our help to get his beloved back. He's useless.
Alright, so we defeated the baddies.
Yeah. Kind of looks to you and puts a sword away, and seems this place is full of regret. We must proceed carefully.
So many regrets. I feel like every step we take, there's gonna be like 2 more. Every step we take.
We're not gonna have time to rest at any point, so
Probably isn't a place we want to rest either.
yeah, it's not really.
This whole place is garbage.
I'm gonna use the other half of one of those big health potions.
Okay.
Ooh.
Were these just like
Me too.
ghosts that rose up out of the bodies?
Mm-hmm.
Where are the bodies?
Right where they rose
Burn
up.
them all.
I would like. Are they just like skeletal?
Yeah.
I would like to try and remove the heads.
Okay. They easily pop off.
I would like to flip the bodies over
Okay.
so that they're laying on their stomachs.
Okay.
I put their skulls into their butts.
Okay. You do so.
And then I kick dirt behind me.
Okay.
Spit on the ground.
Alright.
Well, I'm ready to go.
Wait for everyone to heal. What are you doing, Alexia? Are you also using the potion?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Wow, you guys are just chugging away at those. I haven't even had to use mine yet.
Okay, sir. You weren't captured by spiders and stabbed multiple times. Or dropped.
40 feet.
That is true.
It's a d6 per foot, 10 feet in the air, so.
Another 43. Oh, awesome. Almost full health. Dope. Alright, I'm ready to go.
Alright. So who is in the lead? Who wants to make the survival checks?
Me.
All of my shit's at disadvantage. So.
Yeah, true.
Your ability checks are not, it's just your saving throws.
Oh.
Right.
Well, I have +5 to my survival.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be me.
Whoever wants to make it does get advantage, because the knight is always helping you guys. He's always trying to help you traverse through this place, although he does not know much about it himself.
Well, I do know a trick about survival that will help me find the way.
There's no wind here at all. There actually haven't been wind since you came here.
There was wind that one time when the spider went flying past us, and
That's
I believe
true.
that it was.
Spider wind.
Yeah, I believe the wind was just trying to show me the way. But yeah, I will attempt to make the survival check.
Do it.
You have it with advantage.
25.
There we go.
25?
There we go.
That doesn't know. to proceed ahead. Everyone's base movement is probably 30, so that's enough to proceed ahead twice. So 60 feet. You guys can move 60 feet through this battlefield.
I mean, that's the entire battlefield.
It's actually
It's
longer. I can only do so much with this board.
Okay,
We'll
so-
say each square is 10 feet. So
Alright. So 60, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
still pretty. I assume you guys are all together.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean,
As you guys proceed through this battlefield, many different skeletal remains kind of light up with that blue luminescent as spirits, more so just handsy, and they kind of reach out and try and grab you as you walk by.
I don't like handsy people.
You even see some images of kind of the reenactment of how they died as these two people are fighting, swords clashing, and one of them gets stabbed, and the other one, these arrows just pelt it from behind. You see many forms of things like this as people... You see how these people died all around you. When you get to the end here, where you guys are at currently, you are caught off guard as this huge battlefield suddenly lines up, soldiers all in formation, all standing there. Some of them like inside of you, and so it's this really cold feeling as you're kind of surrounded all around by them. And up on this kind of makeshift podium in front of all of them, as you can see someone who looks more regal than the rest, crown above his head, and he gives this speech. Today we may all fall, but we will fall free men. We will not allow them to take our homes and beat us back into our wildernesses and our forest. Today we fight for the future. Today we ensure that our children and their children have a place to live. And everyone begins cheering and throwing their weapons out, and then you see these ethereal arrows just overhead, and they all slowly disappear one by one.
What race are they?
They appear all kinds of races.
Oh.
But ahead of you, do you see the corpse of what looks like that same regal-looking figure, this kind of bent and rusted crown on his head still, sword straight through his stomach.
How unfortunate for them. It appears that their children didn't end up with homes after all. I wonder who they were fighting.
Perhaps we'll find more information in the tower.
Do you guys want to make history checks?
History?
Yeah.
Ooh, I like history.
Nope. It's gonna be bad.
I'm not good at it, but I'll do it.
I'm really good at it. Let's see if I...
Okay.
Oh, nice.
I'm good today. 21.
If it's intelligence based, you have disadvantage.
It is
It is
intelligence
intelligence
based.
Dang it. Okay, well. No, not me.
I passed, never mind. So how much?
21.
21. You actually recount this story. You remembered how some of the first of the Vimiran elves fought against this army that was trying to overtake their forest.
Oh no, they didn't.
And at the time, many of them were in peace with each other. None of the races had grown this stereotype yet where they hated everyone. And they all fought against these outlanders that were trying to take over the woods.
So the Outlanders, like the king of these people, they were trying to take over the woods from the elves?
Yeah.
Oh.
It kind of helps you understand some of the negativity that the elves have for humans at this point. And the other races.
I seem to recall. Maybe it was a song I heard or some old elf talking back in Vimera, but I do remember a tale about some group of people, humans and other races, trying to take the woods away from the elves. Perhaps it was these poor folk here. Maybe it's something else entirely, I don't know. But, I say we get out of here. Quickly.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So I move faster, I cut my hair off, and put it in the bag of holding.
You cut your hair off and put it in the bag of holding?
Yep.
Alright.
So it's now like shoulder length. Like, yeah.
Alright.
So I'm just like taking a few minutes to just shove
Okay.
hair upon hair.
You said, you guys watch her do this.
Why?
Don't concern yourself with what I do. Keep going.
Who wants to make a survival check?
I'll do it.
Okay. You have advantage.
Oh, better. 18.
18. You guys make it to the edge of the battlefield. It's more forest from here on, much like you traversed before, but definitely not as lush, definitely not as thick, definitely not as encumbersome. It's more or less like every single tree is so dead that it's barely a tree at this point. But it does surround this battlefield as well as it does surround the pathway leading up to the hill.
Okay.
But thanks to your guys' survival checks, you're done fighting for this area.
Oh,
Pull up my book real quick. Alright. So, I'm going to say we're going to take our first break here, our only break, and we'll be back in about 5 minutes or so. So we'll be back around 7:10. And until then, just appreciate all you guys watching, hanging out with us. All the comments are fantastic, and this is what makes it all worth it. So we'll see you in a little bit. Welcome back, everybody. How did you enjoy your break? I got some Cheez-Its.
Oh, Jesus.
Let me drop them real quick as I narrate for you guys. So one of the first things you see is you're at the foot of this tower, and from a distance it looked fairly far away and small in comparison, but now that you're up at it, it's incredibly tall and very, very massive as you kind of look up, and there's no telling how far it goes. No one's really sure how far it goes.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys are at this door right here.
Well, since I'm not sure if we're going to get another chance to do this, I am going to finally use a charge of my potion that I've been saving.
Okay.
Wow, 88, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't give me as far as I thought it would the first drink. Which was like, damn it.
That's a D10.
Mm-hmm. I could have rolled higher on mine. I still got one more though. Plus,
Well, I just got 2 1s, so...
Oh no.
I've also got one more, like 3d8 potion, so. Honestly, I should just spend the rest of my money on more potions.
Mm-hmm.
I have a plan for my money.
Oh, I'm full.
Got another 2k at least. Plus, we've got like loot from that previous encounter
That's true.
that we've never had like appraised or anything. Like, who knows what that green cloak
Alright.
does?
So we're at the door.
Mm-hmm.
I try to open it.
Okay. It seems to be stuck in place as you push on it. It does not seem to budge.
What if I pull on it?
Oh my god.
It was in fact a pull door. No.
On with it.
I mean, you never know. Maybe there's just no sign.
No, whatever it is, it just seems to be stuck, and you kind of move it around. It jiggles a little bit, but it doesn't seem to open.
Alexia, when are you going to learn that one simply just knock? I knock.
And then immediately strength check to door.
No, I cast the knock spell.
Mm-hmm.
Take the door open before.
That's my thing.
And then it crushes
Yeah.
someone.
I would be very sad if it just exploded open, but like outward.
What does the knock spell say about doors that are not locked?
Oh, doors that aren't locked?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a good question. I assumed it was locked since it just didn't open, but
Maybe it's just that old. Like, you just have to jimmy it a little.
okay. If it is shut by a mundane lock or is stuck or barred, it becomes unlocked, unstuck, or unbarred.
Okay, perfect.
Stuff.
If it's magical, then it is just unlocked for 10 minutes.
Perfect.
And it makes an audible knock that can be heard 300 feet away.
So you do hear that loud sound as the door swings open, and you see what was making it stuck in the first place. That's from the door hinge all around it. This black goo just slides down and kind of drips everywhere.
I'm not liking that. I was tolerable with it when it was blue, but now it is
We should avoid that for sure.
disgusting tar looking.
Knight kind of like adjusts himself. This place has been here for a long time. We must be careful.
Yes. I'm sure that if there are any guards or anything of the sort, that they have been alerted, so
Yeah, true.
Proceed with caution.
be prepared. I draw a scimitar.
Okay.
I notch an arrow and proceed with caution.
Okay. I will assume you guys are ready. under any circumstance.
I want to know if the green cloak that I have does anything.
You can always try and mess with it and find out.
Just put it on, see what happens.
If you spend an hour with it, you can either attune to it if it needs to be attuned to, or you can just figure out what it does based on studying it.
But it takes an hour either way.
Yep.
Something you can do during like a long rest.
Spend an hour tuning to it. It is cursed. Get fucked.
Actually, it says
It doesn't do
it actually
anything.
says in DMG if it is cursed, that is not revealed.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you don't know until something terrible happens.
Yeah.
You just age quickly and you're just like, what's
One of the
happening?
worst things, like I read when I was like looking through the DMG, because I was like, I kind of want to create an item, and like I created one for fun, and I rolled like the max percentile for like the bad thing, the first thing, and it was while the item is within like 100 feet of your party, they can't benefit from long rests.
Oh my
Oh
god. It's the
no.
worst.
So
Alright,
at the end of a
focus.
long
What do we do?
rest, people just wake up and they just feel like shit. It's just like, I still feel really bad.
Okay, so I'm proceeding carefully.
Right.
Horrible.
So as you guys come in here, what lines all of these walls around, you do see a staircase leading up, but what lines all of these walls is cages stacked on top of each other.
Is there anything in them?
They seem to be... I don't know. Why don't you investigate, actually?
I was gonna say, I approach the nearest cage cautiously.
Okay.
With, my bow and arrow at the ready.
Investigation.
But
Like
I
animates and
approach.
just opens up and snaps you up.
22.
That'd be real sad.
22?
What is happening in this music?
I don't know. So we'll say you're probably
There's someone
over
here.
So one of the first cages, what you investigate is you see it, and there seems to be just this amalgamation of different bones. And you see like two different skulls, and so you're like, maybe this is more in one person.
Mm-hmm.
Then you see like all these other noticeable different body parts, and it seems like maybe a few people were stuffed in here.
Nothing good.
I search for survivors.
Okay, go ahead and make an investigation check.
Nat 20.
Natural 20.
Ooh.
Everybody drink.
Oh, I got orange juice on it.
That is nothing but whiskey at the bottom.
Getting there.
Sorry.
Whiskey and a lemon wedge.
Yep.
Doesn't sound very good.
My forefathers, it's all they needed, okay?
Anyway,
Did your forefathers
what
have
do
lemons?
I find?
Well, tell me what you're investigating, first of all.
Um,
How much of the room do you spend looking at? With natural 20, it's enough to say that you find whatever you're looking for quickly, but I want to know just how much dedication are you giving to the room?
well, I feel like I'm probably like walking the perimeter and
Okay.
checking to see like, are these just bones or is like someone here still alive?
Okay.
It's like looking for a live thing.
Okay.
Any sort of creature. Bad or good.
So the first thing is that, yes, you walk the perimeter and they are nothing but bones.
Yeah.
However,
Oh no. Do I see any blue lights?
no.
Okay.
However, in a couple of these cages as you walk through, we'll say the first one you come across, probably be realistically about here. You kind of get close to it, and you look inside and you squint and kind of try and do the extent of your dark vision. It's within range, but the Shadowfell is different. It's been hard for you to see here. And you kind of get close to it and you squint, and all of a sudden, just right up against cage, this thing smacks into it, and you kind of jump back and look, and it seems to be this amalgamation of, it's a human torso potentially, but it's kind of like forced backwards onto like in this weird bridge formation, and it's got arms jutting out the side of it where it shouldn't.
Homuncula.
It's just this amalgamation of different body parts at this point. and as you kind of jump back, it turns into this black sludge as it slowly drifts through the bars and becomes solid again.
Ew.
And it wants initiative, you guys.
Oh, damn it. Something bad's happening.
That is...
The boss of
Fucked
this
up.
area is going to be really gross.
Some evil scientist sludge monster.
Not bad.
Look at that.
So 25. Remember, you have disadvantage on it.
I know.
Yeah, that's why he rolled 2. Same
So
number.
25 to 20?
Nope.
20 to 15?
17.
17 as well.
Damn it.
Who has the higher dexterity?
I rolled a 15.
Your dexterity score. Who has the higher dexterity score?
I do.
Oh.
Alright, then so we'll do Alexia first. And then we'll do Ithlin.
You might be smart, but I'm dexterous.
Dexterous.
So 15 to 10?
13.
13? Alright. There is. I also rolled relatively low for these guys, so don't worry. Alexia, you're up first.
Shit. Alright, I use one action to disengage.
Okay.
Oh. That should work. Okay. 5-foot squares?
Yep. We're back to 5 squares.
Okay. I will aim at number 2.
Okay.
To use bursting arrow. And I'll...
So 5'10", 5'10", 5'10", 5'10", 5'10".
Yeah, so
So we'll hit number 1.
Why wouldn't I hit number 3? I'm going diagonal.
It's in any direction it can be, but it doesn't do it doesn't curve. So it's 5'10", 5'10", 5'10".
Damn it.
It doesn't curve.
Alright.
Yeah, you'll hit 2 of them. So keep in mind you have not short rested. So however many arcane shots you have left, keep track of those.
I don't know if I want to use it. That's my last one. It can't be that powerful. I will hold off on my arcane shot.
Okay.
I'll just shoot number 2. Actually, no, I'll shoot number 1 because he came at me.
Okay.
Shoot number 1. 20.
That hits. And you guys see this as well, as that one came out of it, those 2 as well also came out of it. You see the same kind of mixed jumbulation of body parts.
10 damage.
10 damage. To number 2?
Number
Or
1.
Number 1?
Number 1.
Alright. So you fire your arrow at it, and it pins one of its legs, and it kind of crinkles backwards and falls to the ground. And so as it begins moving forward, it just starts kind of dragging that body part.
Gross. I'm done.
Okay. Ithlin, you're up.
Alright. Let's move, and then I'm going to attack it.
Okay.
Your wife wants you to wave at her.
No, I did that already. I have.
Hello, Sydney.
So low.
I was wondering why you're randomly waving, and I was like,
I was like,
are you like a really good stage man, or are you just being fucking stupid? Like, what's happening
Well,
here?
the first comment was, Elf is bae, and I was like,
Elf is bae.
Okay.
So how much damage?
Wonderful.
It's gonna be like, we're all elves,
Well,
but-
to hit, let's see.
We'll do the first one, or, sorry, how much damage, or how much to hit for each, sorry.
Yeah, so lowest is going to be 11.
11 will miss.
Okay,
Okay.
and then 14.
14 will hit.
Okay, cool. So I hit twice.
Okay. And then do damage for the first attack first.
First attack first.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of on its last leg, so I don't know if you're going to kill it or not with one hit. But I don't want you to waste your attack on it, so... So it's roll 1 attack right
I'm
now.
attacking the first one. She attacked the second
No,
one.
She
I
attacked
did
the
number
first
1.
one.
Oh,
I
you attacked the
changed
first
it.
one?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said you attacked the second one.
Yeah,
I
so
know,
go
I
ahead and roll
changed it.
damage. So it's
Oh.
D8 and 2D6. That's a
Yes.
D10.
Yeah, there we go.
This is new.
You got
Yeah, I've got 8.
Okay, just making sure.
I had the
the wrong corner.
yeah. There we go. 10, 13, 17?
17? Yeah, you stab it right down the middle, and it falls to the ground. Like the different body parts, like the legs and the arms, they all kick out and spread and kind of scrape across the ground, and they finally just lay down and die.
Gross. Do you remember those things in, I think it's Dark Souls 1, when you go into the painting and they're like the goo things that are moving around with like the legs and the arms, and they're just like all like stuck together? Do you remember those things? Oh, that's what I'm imagining right now.
Phalanx?
No, that's
That's Demon Souls and Dark Souls. It's
no,
a boss in Demon
That's
Souls.
a boss in Demon Souls.
But it's also a mini boss in Dark Souls.
There's like a bunch of them when you go into the painted
I don't
worlds.
remember, but
They're gross.
yeah. Well, this place is gross. So with that, you can also you still have a
Obviously.
movement, so you
Yeah,
can
I can still
You
move.
can go ahead and make another attack roll.
Yeah,
Just
just
see if
do
you
that.
hit again with your second attack.
Okay. Woo. 20.
That'll definitely hit.
Alright. 10, 14.
14 damage. And that's when you actually cut one of the limbs off, and it begins scraping and just oozing out this black goo across the ground as it kind of begins it's still moving towards you guys.
Ew.
You guys, their blood is black.
Anything else?
I don't think I can do anything else.
Alright, Varys, you're up.
I'm just gonna approach him. Crone. Is that you?
Oh, yeah. Krona, yes.
Aww.
I love that anime.
You've got
So
such a
good.
sad little voice.
I will Eldritch Blast, number 3.
Okay.
Are you standing all the way back there?
I am, apparently.
Just gonna
It just never moved.
Just never moved after opening the door. Wow.
He knocked and then stepped back.
12 and 24.
24 hits. One attack just, he fire first blast and kind of goes overhead and splatters against the wall.
Oh. 13 force damage.
13. Hit the other one with this vibrant blue and black across it. It shakes violently as the residual failure, and she kind of falls off of it.
And I'm done.
Alright.
You're not gonna move.
Those things are creepy as fuck. They turn into, like, goop.
And so their torsos begin kind of shifting and shaping in a weird way, and out from their stomachs, these heads kind of like stretch out and begin like
Ew.
these black eyes.
Gross.
And they're gonna make 2 attacks. Or, yeah, each 2 attacks.
What? Did you get 2?
Yeah.
Oh, garbage people.
Disadvantage on the one
Yeah.
attacking me.
So I'm gonna miss, and then Alexia. Ooh, it was almost good, and it was bad.
Perfect.
So it lashes out these different kicks, just multiple feet just flying out at you as it tries to hit you.
What the fuck?
And it just, you're dodging every single one. Number 3 tries to move towards you and slips on some of the black stuff
Ah,
and just falls on its face as I rolled a natural 1.
Ooh. Get
I'm
wrecked.
literally like bent over laughing at him.
After that, it is the knight's turn.
As the next thing I know, I roll a nat 1 and do exactly the same
15,
thing.
20, oops, 25, 30. So him being prone, swing on him, advantage. That'll hit. Ooh, natural 20, look at that.
Oh, wow.
He's gonna do a thing.
Gonna do a thing.
Oh, it doesn't even matter, yeah, they're almost dead. So, number 3, as it kind of like struggles to stand up on its legs and slipping in this goo, kind of comes down and stabs it through the middle and just twists as the head kind of like stops clacking around, like falls down.
He picks the worst time to do things.
It's alright, it's dead. It's one less.
What level do you think he was when he died?
I don't know. Apparently not very high. It's just like stuck at level 1 forever.
Not level 10.
It's just like, no.
Alright, that's his turn. Alexia, you're up next.
Oh yeah. I shoot number 2.
Okay.
Oh, 12. 28.
That'll hit.
10 damage.
That one also stops moving as you plant an arrow into it.
Bye.
When they fall to the ground, they kind of turn to like this mixture of like fleshy black ooze, and they just stop moving.
So gross. So gross. Has anyone touched the goo yet? Like, is it anywhere that we've stepped on it or anything? No? Okay. I reach into my bag of holding and cut off a chunk of the hair that's sitting in it, and I throw it in the black goo to see what happens to, like, living anything.
It just sits there.
Alright. I don't think it's dangerous, but just to be on the safe side, don't get stuck in it.
Oh, I
It's
was
not
just thinking
venom.
it's like...
You don't know if it's poisonous or not. What if it's like acid? Yeah, I don't know.
I was thinking of what if like
Things are crazy.
she throws her hair in it and now like when it like reforms, like if it,
It
does,
turns
it's just,
into
like, it's
me.
like a little head.
A redhead.
The knight
Just
steps
running
forward and he shows you his neck, and he sees like you see again like the black stuff forming at his neck, and he goes, "This is just what happens when you're here too long. It begins taking a part of you."
Oh my god, he's eventually gonna turn into these things. That's what the goo does.
That's what it symbolizes.
Alright, moving on.
I could
Here
put
the
on the
fuck
blue
and get outta
slippers I
here.
have.
Oh my god, you have blue slippers? Why?
I also have a green cloak,
You could.
a box,
Oh,
a
we
gray
do have blue
bag
slippers
with
with
a
those.
small
Ah.
hole in it. Some
No, you
copper
should wear
bracers.
the Centaur image bracers. Maybe they're like Wonder Woman bracers.
Yeah, I mean,
Just defend everything.
If you guys
Reflect
want to take the
everything.
time, just tell me what you put on. I'll tell you what happens. Or I'll tell you what you use, rather.
I'd love to sit down in a quiet corner and read the diary.
Okay.
I think that
Totally
we have
fake.
time for that later.
Yeah, I don't want to do anything right now. I'm gonna get the fuck out of Shadowfell. Once we're in the Underdark,
I'm
then
tempted
I'll
to just
sit
put the cloak
quietly
on and see what
something.
happens.
You could,
No.
even if it's just
green moldy
for
cloak.
flair.
The green moldy cloak.
Yep.
I'm tempted.
You're gonna blend in with nature now.
I'm tempted.
Just think of a tree and you look like a tree to everything else.
You're currently carrying everything, aren't you?
Yep.
You're the
I've-
inventory keeper.
Yeah, I've got all that loot. Yeah.
If it's written down in your character sheet, you have it. So.
Yeah.
And
I
I wrote
decided to
down on
take all
mine
of the
that he
unassuming
has it.
stuff that we.
I assumed you
found
shoved it in
the-
your backpack.
Yeah, I took all the stuff we found in the.
And with all of
wilds.
that stuff in the backpack, like your backpack's kind of at full capacity, with along with your other stuff.
Yeah, I had very little like.
Yeah, I usually assume most backpacks are like the long kind of like military sacks, but
Yeah, like a big rucksack kind of
yeah, but with all that stuff inside of it, it's taking up a lot of space along with your camping supplies and everything.
thing. Yeah,
So you're probably at capacity when it comes to carrying stuff.
that's fine.
Yeah, you should put it on.
Should I put the green cloak on?
And the
See
blue
what it
slippers. Just do everything. And the bracers. Just put it all on and see what happens.
Put on everything all at once.
Maybe not the bells. You'll make noise. Don't put the slippers on yet.
Yeah.
They'll be your nighttime slippers.
Yeah. I'll do that later.
Okay.
I don't want to do it now.
Alright.
God forbid something terrible happens.
It's like they just smell the mold. They're like, invaders.
I mean, it's probably just a regular cloak. I'm kind of assuming all of that stuff is just entirely mundane items, just to piss me off.
I mean, maybe. But
It's
we'll
just the
never know.
Feywilds.
Yeah, I did get turned into a cat. You could turn into a mossy rock.
You never know what's gonna happen.
Then we gotta carry you around. Just throw you in.
Your movement speed
Do
becomes
damage.
0.
My pet rock.
unfortunately.
Is your rock talking? No.
So you guys want to do next?
Up the stairs.
Up the
Ascend.
stairs.
Who is in the lead?
Not me. Not I.
I'll be in the lead. No one
I'm
else
Yeah,
wants
I
to
went
go
first
for it.
last time apparently.
Put the dead guy up front.
He can die again, you know.
Alright, well, better him
Ferris
than
is good
us.
at stairs.
Okay.
Oh no, barbed wire.
So you come up to this floor. And one of the first things you notice is that there's this huge door, and these violent kind of like purple and black flames are just all across the door.
Purple and black flames?
Yes.
Can I do like an Arcana check to see if I recognize if it's like arcane magic or something?
Okay, you can certainly try.
Nope. 10.
You're unfamiliar with what kind of magic it could possibly be.
I'll try it. I'm good at that.
I'd like to just like
I mean,
not
it seems
touch
like
it.
magical
If it's
things.
with
But, like-
intelligence, you're at disadvantage.
Oh,
You're
that's
not
true.
good at
Yeah.
I want to kind of like
Normally I'd be so good
not
at
touch it, but like move my hand like closer to the flames and see if it gets warmer.
It doesn't get warm. Matter of fact, it's actually like it was winter back in Verindran, and so it's very equivalent to when you walked outside for the first time from like a heated room to immediately being slapped with cold. The further you get your hand into it, it feels like you begin losing the feeling in your hands.
Ooh.
What's down this way?
You don't know?
Can I
It's
venture down there?
odd. It's fire, but it's cold. I'm not
Most
sure I have
likely
anything that can dispel this.
Dangerously cold.
I guess this
blow
way
it
is just off
open.
limits for now.
Perhaps. Shall we go down this way and venture? See if there's another route we can take.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah!
I'm still in back though, I'm just suggesting these things. Ferris was first, so he can venture.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys venture forward, and down the hallway you see this soft orange light flickering in the distance, and the closer you get to it, the little bit brighter it becomes.
It's like, where's the light
Soft
coming
and
from?
orange.
Down the hallway.
I
Oh,
just
so we
whispered.
don't see like a source.
No, you don't see a source, but as you ventured further down the hallway, you do see this light kind of get brighter and brighter.
It's like reminiscent of like a torch
Yes.
or a candle. Mm. Go to the light.
Yeah, you're in front. What do you do?
I keep going.
Alright.
Let's go see what this is.
Everybody go ahead and make perception checks. Particularly of the hearing variety.
Probably don't hear it.
Yeah.
It's also was wisdom's perception, I believe. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
And also you have disadvantage on all your checks.
Damn
or
it.
saving throw. Sorry, no, it's just saving throw. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well,
It's you who has disadvantage on those.
Still-
particular
still
ones.
fails.
Mhm.
Yeah.
still don't hear anything. Yeah, 20. Nice.
But I have disadvantage.
Yep.
So it's what was it? 12?
12. What'd you get?
10.
10.
12.
12. Yeah, you guys don't hear anything.
Nope. Sounds peaceful in here.
Yep. Although this bothers me, that's like this. There you go. It's better.
It looks so similar.
You look similar.
Just got a little bigger.
So, you guys come into this room, and it's still fairly dark. And even though you have dark vision, even though with your double sight, you would normally be able to see very well in magical darkness. It seems here in the Shadowfell that your devil sight is reduced down to if you had just dark vision. For you with dark vision, however, it's almost like you have no dark vision at all. It's just so pitch black here.
I feel so human.
Yeah, you kind of get a sense of how
Kind of old.
Lawless
and just-
felt.
Poor Lawless.
You know what? He's been gone. Okay, we don't talk about him.
However, you do hear
But I miss him.
a gate slam shut behind
I
you
don't
guys.
think he misses us.
And as you turn around to see what happened, you hear this soft kind of growly voice. Hungry.
Ew.
So hungry.
He's sniffing us out.
Can it be?
Oh god, does he recognize us?
An end to the hunger.
Oh, damn.
And you hear this loud this movement as things are kind of pushed apart from some huge kind of step. Crackling of wood and just this...
There's nowhere to go in this tiny room. He's gonna take up like half of it.
Gonna run into the corner.
Where he be at? I look for it.
I don't move.
You don't have to look much further.
Oh god, he's right on top of us.
As the fire in this room roars to life, and suddenly it's filled with this black and red light, just whoosh. What you see in front of you is this huge gray creature, completely hairless.
Ew.
Cuts and scrapes and bits of flesh torn completely out of it. You see these huge ones across his face as his mouth extends much, much further. You see on one hand, he's completely missing a limb, and it's just this huge butcher-like thing attached to his hand.
Like a butcher's cleaver?
Kinda, yeah.
Great.
It's mealtime!
I just whispered to my companions, I think we should have tried the other door first.
It
was
on
on
fire,
fire.
guys.
It was on fire!
It was cold fire. Initiative?
Yep.
Death. Death to us all.
So, 25 to 20? Oh, he's going last if it helps.
I mean, maybe not.
That one.
Did we both get that one?
No. No, he's going last.
No.
Oh, okay.
He's going last. Next range?
So 25 to 20, no one. 20 to 15?
Oh, I got 15.
15? Alright.
14 for me.
Boom.
10.
So 15 to 10. Ithlin.
Oh, gosh.
Going second.
And then Varys. Wow. Oh man. I got double nat ones. So the knight and the boss goes last. So Alexia, go ahead and start us off.
I move over here. Oh man. Okay. I only have disadvantage on saving throws, nothing else.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Alright, let's see what we can do. Just-
Like your lemon whiskey.
I do. You ever had a hot toddy, Jordan? A hot toddy.
I haven't.
Someday when we're just casually playing D&D, we'll have to do it.
Yes, sir.
We'll figure out your days off and do a thing.
Any day that I don't work the next day. How about that?
Monday, you said you were Friday to Monday, right?
Yeah, I've got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday off.
Let's do a thing one of those days.
I'll mark it with Hunter's Mark.
Okay.
Okay. I'll use.
And that's your third one from your bow.
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure you know.
Yep. I'm keeping track.
Alright, just making sure.
I'm gonna do a light arrow, go for a grasping arrow, and sharpshooter.
Okay.
Oof.
11 misses. You fire at this creature, and it clanks against this kind of like granite-like body, and it slams into it and doesn't even leave a scuff as it falls to the ground.
Alright, we're gonna do it all again.
Okay.
Grasping arrow, light arrow, sharpshooter.
Okay.
Nope, even worse.
Oh no.
Fortunately, the same thing as you retrieve the arrows that appears in your quiver, you fire it again. Pshink!
Oh, that's rough.
It's depressing.
Okay, gonna action surge.
Okay. Fuck it all action surge.
Fuck it all action
Fuck
surge.
Alright.
Gonna try it all again. It's gonna work one of these times.
Shot glass coming soon.
Yeah,
Oh, there you
21.
go.
That'll
21
hit.
hit.
There
21
we
hit.
go.
Okay, that'll hit.
Alright, doing all of it. Okay. I will write down my damage, so.
Okay.
keep this.
Tell me how much.
Okay. 9. Oh, God. 1. Mark that off. 27, and it's currently grasped in poisonous brambles.
Okay.
Brambles.
So that's your first attack. Go ahead and attack again.
Oh, that's
You action surge, yeah.
Dope. Okay. Oh, and that's my last arcane shot. So I will do another sharpshooter with light arrow.
Okay.
Woo!
Nice.
Yeah, 23 to hit.
23 to hit. That definitely hits.
9, 10, 12 damage.
12 damage.
Oh, wait, sorry. Plus the 10, 22 damage.
Oh, okay. So your first attack's barely scraping the granite-like surface of this creature. You get frustrated and kind of calm down. You feel the adrenaline pump through, and you fire 2 more arrows. They pew pew across the area, and it lights up briefly. This blue light as they both explode, and it kind of as it's hit both times.
And I'm done.
All right. After you is Ithlin.
Alright. Let's roll some attacks on this guy. Okay, so one of these definitely hit. So let's see. 17?
17 will hit.
Cool. So I hit him twice, because the lowest is 12.
12 will miss.
Yeah, so I hit him twice.
Okay.
$32.
32 damage for one hit or both hits?
That was both.
Third hits. Alright.
Seems too cheerful. Or it's like lulling us into a untrue
Yeah.
calm.
On the top of this playlist. Only do so much, guys. Oh, there we go. Sorry. 1 second. So yes, both your attacks, they kind of scrape across of him, and it leaves more like chunks into his flesh, and he just roars with pain, and then he stops, and then just kind of like grins like from across his face, and you see like chunks of his lips and like cheeks taken out, and you see like his teeth all the way through.
Gross.
After that is Varys' turn.
He does not have a pretty face.
Step over to the side a little bit, and I will cast Hex on him.
Okay.
And I choose Strength,
Okay.
because he is very large, and help me.
Alright.
And then I will attack him twice.
Alright.
Wow.
Nice.
Nice.
The lowest was a 27.
Was both hit, for sure.
Okay. Does he care about necrotic or cold damage at all?
You can certainly try.
Like, alright.
He will not tell you.
Oh.
3, 8, 13 for the first one,
Okay, 13.
and
Oof.
11 for the second. Now, those were not very
Unfortunate.
good rolls, but
Alright.
I am done.
Alright.
Don't hurt me.
After you is the next turn, so he's actually gonna try and get in between here and try and help.
Finally do a thing, man.
That's gonna hit.
When it counts.
That's
do a
not gonna
thing.
hit.
Oh, jeez.
But hey, that was a good
He
hit.
was almost there.
He did max damage, so
Nice.
for him anyways.
Which is...
I will not tell you. But you see him deliver the sliced blow across the creature's belly, and it kind of ekes out this black ichor a little bit. And then he goes to slam again, just clank against his granite-like skin again. After him, it is the boss's turn. So the first thing he's going to do is he begins kind of like flailing about and roaring, and the flames behind him just whoosh even further, and the furnace behind him just roars to life.
He never did a saving throw.
I know, don't worry.
Well, I mean, if he thrashes around, like...
He can thrash around and mine, don't worry. It's just the narrative, Alexia. Calm down.
Okay. If he takes damage, I'm gonna roll for it.
He'll make his strength save. It means his advantage on it. It's a hex.
It's an athletics... Oh, yeah, that's strength. Okay, never mind.
So that will pass. Let's see if this passes. That'll pass too. So yeah, he easily just
What is it?
rips out of it. Your DC is 13, 14?
I think it's 13, yeah.
Yeah, so first one was a 19, and the second one, which is the lower, was a 18.
Oh,
Man.
wow.
I tried to help.
Yeah, so he easily just
Garbage.
rips them off, and he
Well,
kind of shakes his arm. So one of his actions was used to do that, so his other two attacks will be on...
the connection, at least.
He feels like Ithlin hurt him the most, so I'm just going to swing on Ithlin.
Disadvantage, buddy.
That's true.
Ah!
What's your AC? It's, oh, I have it right here. It's 19.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to barely miss you. Disadvantage. That one will just barely miss you.
Yeah.
So with this huge, like, meat hook of a hand, just like this huge cleaver, he swings over and, like, you feel the wind from it just barely graze across your head. And then he goes for the punch, and he goes across, and it just right past your nose. You feel kind of like the wind from it on your nose.
I'm so glad I have that.
So other than the furnace roaring to life, he kind of grins and starts like gnashing on his arm and starts biting it a little bit and tears a chunk of it off, and he, as like it kind of like the blackness kind of like oozes from his mouth. He has this deranged look in his face.
That's disgusting.
And it is Lexia's turn again.
He's eating himself. Okay. Alright. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, sharpshooter, light arrow.
Okay.
Doing it again.
How much was it total?
It was 11.
11 misses.
Oh, no.
Even worse. Okay, well. There's no.
So unfortunate.
Yeah. Okay, I'm done.
Ithlin, you're up.
Yeah, buddy.
So we'll
You
say
fire
that.
both arrows and they kind of shriek out pew, pew,
Wildly.
pew, and they kind of
But I did
explode like
do it
fireworks
that
in the
one.
best.
So does my arrow hit anyone else?
No, you don't have that disadvantage anymore.
Okay.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah.
Alright, just gonna swing on him.
There have been a few,
Not since sharpshooter's a thing now.
a few friendly.
Okay, so one was an at one, the other two are gonna hit him.
Oh man.
So thank goodness for that.
Go ahead and roll the nat one again, since you're in range of other people.
Okay. 20?
Yeah. Just roll again and see if you hit anyone.
Okay. 6?
6. Total to hit?
No.
Oh, 15.
As if you were hitting?
He
yeah,
misses
15.
everyone. Oh, you might hit Mr. Knight.
Yeah. So go ahead and roll damage for the first two, and then roll damage again for the natural one.
He's
Okay.
down.
You might be dead.
Sorry.
Let's see.
I guess we don't have to find his wife if he dies.
How are you going to find the entrance to the Fade Arc?
I don't feel bad for killing him.
Alexa, you like almost belong here. I swear.
But my country needs me. What will Vanden do without their champion? What will Vamira do without...
You interested in ruling a country or an entire realm?
32?
Total for both steps?
Yes. I'm gonna action surge, so I'm gonna attack
Oh,
him.
fuck it, I'll action
But
surge.
Fuck it, I'll
The
action
longer
surge.
I'm here, I might look.
I want to burn this guy down. I don't want to get hit by him. I'm afraid of what's
Alright.
gonna happen if he hits me. I'm a squishy little elf, so.
But Elf is A, apparently.
Okay, so let's see.
Oh, did you roll the damage for your natural one, though?
I will do that. I will still do that.
Yeah, give me the damage for that first, so we can
Okay.
officially move on to your action surge.
Okay. I hope I don't kill him. I feel terrible. Oh no.
He did.
Oh no, I'm rolling so high!
Just give me the physical damage.
Oh, only physical on that one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. 14.
14.
Oh, that's true. He's undead, so he doesn't take
Yeah.
the...
So
Alright, that's much
with
better.
your first 2 attacks, you kind of like in this huge sweep cut across him, and you go to swing again, and this spark appear where you hit, it kind of across.
Mhm.
And the way he moves and the way you move, you swing sideways, and you kind of push into him, and like his physical flesh kind of disappears, and you see a spectral blue for a moment, and it goes back to normal, and he goes, "Watch what you're doing!"
Oh no.
And then you focus again, you feel adrenaline fill your body, and your action surge. So,
Okay.
what are your 3 attacks?
So lowest is a 16.
16 will just barely hit.
Whew! All 3 of them hit then.
Alright.
Yeah, buddy. Alright, here we go. Okay, so the first one was 32, and then now we're gonna roll damage again. Nice. 50.
50 damage.
Damn, son.
82
Holy
damage. Woohoo! Feel good about that.
Yeah, you should. You just tear into him, just and chunks of him go flying. The more black ooze just kind of everywhere across the room, and he in response.
my
And
God.
the more he gets wounded, the more the flames behind him just roar into life.
Alright.
After Ithlin is Varys' turn.
Okay. I will attack him 3
Okay.
times.
Alright.
Jesus
Natural
Christ.
20.
Woo!
The lowest was a 15.
15 just barely hits.
Ooh.
Ooh. Alright. Well, I guess we'll just roll the crit first.
Are you getting to the bottom 2 now?
Yep. And I have like, I feel like some stuff came out of the tea bag, so like some of it's just like gathering at the bottom.
22, 27. $18. And, wow, 10.
18 and then 10.
Yep.
Alright.
That's a lot of damage this round.
Good.
Alright.
I swear, if he's like 1 in the night, just goes.
I'm glad,
So
glad it didn't kill him.
he's looking really, really haggard and weak, and even as just like his grin across his face is getting kind of like weak, and he's just dripping this black blood everywhere. However, the furnace has never been more lit.
It's so lit in here, guys.
It's unbearably hot, even as you guys just feel this heat wash over all of you, and it's like being back in Celios again. That's just how hot it is.
It's the worst
That
place.
is concerning.
It's the worst place.
Nightmare, miss, and miss. So he tries to clank against him, and even as we can say, he's just like,
He's useless.
it's gonna be his turn.
Oh no.
Gonna do 2 attacks on Ithlin and 1 on that Varys. Ithlin with disadvantage, we'll do yours first. Just barely misses. That will actually hit.
Ooh.
And then we'll do Varys. And that'll definitely hit.
Oh no.
So Ithlin, you will take a total of 18 points of damage. as the cleaver kind of like slams into you.
Glad he only hit me once.
And then he tries to uppercut with his hand, and it just doesn't seem to do anything. However, when the cleaver hits you, you kind of feel like fatigued for a moment and tired a little bit, and you see the cleaver kind of like just flash this red color across it, and you see some of his wounds slowly begin to close.
Oh no, he's got lifesteal. Oh, it's the worst. Oh no. Oh, I'm so glad he didn't.
I kill him in response.
You can try.
Take him back.
I am going to try.
Alright.
Hopefully he isn't very fast.
And then the one against Varus is going to deal 19 points of damage to you.
Damn, son. I am going to use my reaction after I make this save real quick. Yeah, I made it. To Hellish Rebuke him at 3rd level.
Alright, it's everyone around you as well, I think.
Ah.
Is it?
Isn't that a 10-foot square or something like that? Or is it just the person that you target?
Is he size large?
I hope
Yes,
it's
but remember, it's the target and then its radius.
Oh,
Yeah. I didn't make the rules. They did.
I didn't make the rules, I just enforced them.
Pretty much, yeah, it's my job.
Uh,
I think we talked this last session, though. I think it might just be him.
it's just the target that damaged me.
Okay, cool. Go ahead and we'll
So-
give him his dexterity save.
17.
17, it's natural 18, so.
Okay.
He has no dexterity, but it passed.
That makes me a sad panda. 2, 3, 4.
What level are you doing with that?
3rd level.
3rd level, alright.
I was hoping he wouldn't pass, so I'd just
Yeah.
roll 4 10s and wreck him. Okay, 5, 10, 15, 22, so 11 fire damage.
11 fire damage.
Yep.
So he almost laughs at you as the fire hits his body, just.
You just healed him, didn't you?
I hope not.
That would be funny.
That is his round. So, Alexia, go ahead.
I wonder if cold damage heals him. Because as he dies, the heat grows. The fire gets bigger when he gets damaged.
You're up, Alexia. We're a little bit over 8, so we gotta start him finish this fight.
I'm gonna go for a sharpshooter and
Okay.
light arrow. Nope.
Natural 1.
No sharpshooter, but still light arrow. Damn. So it's a natural 16. So,
16 just barely hits?
well, it's a natural 16. So it's even
Oh,
more. than-
okay.
It's
Then-
28. Sorry,
Yes.
I couldn't do the math at that moment. 5, 10, 13 damage.
13 damage.
Oh wait, still have Hunter's Mark on him. 15 damage. And I'm done.
Alright. With that shrieking just pew across to them. Ithlin, you're up.
Alright. Just gonna attack. There we go. They all gonna hit him.
Is that 2 18s and a 19?
No, 15,
15, 18, and 19. I got
Oh.
so close.
Jeez.
Yeah. Still 3 hits, so I'm alright with that. $40 damage.
40 damage. Alright. So again, he's wheezing and just covered in his own like black filth at this point. The furnace behind them begins making the sound the pot kettle makes when it's hot enough. Just begins whistling profusely and shaking violently.
Don't like that.
Varys, you're up.
Just did the math. If I roll max on all 3 attacks, I do exactly 69.
Wow.
Very good. The magic number.
The magic number.
The magic number.
Goals.
Alright. I will attack 3 times.
Alright.
See if we can finally kill him. That's a net one. Jesus. But my lowest was 21.
Yeah, that'll hit.
I am
Go ahead and roll the natural one again.
out of the alcohols, by the way.
Sure.
Well, that's like a 24, so whoever it hits, it hits.
Yep.
So, first one is 11, 16 damage.
Do you want to be evens or odds this one?
What?
Do you want to be evens or odds?
Even, baby.
17.
Alright.
So, 33 total to the big guy.
33. Okay.
And then...
Go ahead and roll damage for the natural one.
13.
That's how much damage you take. As it kind of grazes across him, and you feel the same rebuttal you got as you get the other guy.
Okay, I'm still alive.
That being said, though, how do you want to end this, Varys?
So I guess because I'm hitting Iflin, I assume that like my first 2 hits like cleave through him so much that there's just like barely like any of him left, and then with my final attack, it just kind of like hits him and he just falls apart at that point. But like I swung with such force, it just goes through and it hits Iflin. Sorry, buddy.
It's alright. It's collateral damage.
It does all of that, and as a matter of fact, so as the creature falls, the furnace behind him explodes, and the force from that attack carries you forward even more and ends up slamming into Ithlin. I need all 3 of you to go ahead and make dexterity saves.
What, even me?
Yes.
But I'm all in the corner and shit.
Oh, I know.
And you got a neg to this.
Wait,
because
so
it's a
dex
save.
saving throw?
That's disadvantage, yes.
Oh, damn it.
Damn it, Sawyer, where are you when we need you? Oh, yeah.
15.
11.
20.
Oh. Other one for the night as well. Oh, he's fine. So, I'm gonna do some math real quick. Alright, so everybody who got higher than a 16, you guys will take 14 points of fire damage. And for the failure, you take 28 points of fire damage.
I'm still alive.
As the room engulfs and bursts into flames, and now the charred body of this creature is just there, still half of his face with a huge grin on his face.
What the fuck?
But black ichor kind of just oozing out of him.
You.
So much so that you guys go ahead and make perception checks.
Nope. We both rolled 3.
I'll try.
It seems that old age is getting the best of us.
Right? I can't see very well.
Yeah, I can't quite
Can't
see
hear
as well.
8?
Yeah. It's
Can't
okay.
see
I'm
none of you guys see
mostly
anything.
dead, so.
Yeah.
We all have excuses.
What do you guys want to do?
So is he actually dead?
Yeah.
Oh,
He's
okay.
crispy. He's cut in half and crispy.
Cool. I try to open the door so we can leave.
It's like a gate that slammed down, right?
Whatever.
Yeah.
Try to open it.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but...
So it doesn't push at all. It came from the ceiling, so.
Okay, I try to lift it.
Make an athletics check.
22.
Yeah, you managed to push it up.
Boom. I walk to the other side.
Okay. It kind of clicks into place when you push it up.
I'd like to take a look around the room.
Make an investigation check.
See if there's any remains, I guess, of people. I mean, I assume that people were fed to this thing. Oh. It's a 13.
13? It's higher than 10. That's enough. You poke around the room, and there are indeed, like, now crispy and charred remains of people. It's bones. It's not any kind of flesh at all. It's all bones. What's left of the metal, the furnace, like, it's still sizzling. Part of the room is still on fire, as a matter of fact. But you do catch, like, this kind of, like, glint on the creature's body itself.
Ooh. Take it. Touch it. Touch it. Touch it.
Better grab it.
Touch it. Touch it.
I get like this nagging whisper in my ear to touch it, so I touch it.
Okay. So it's inside of the creature's belly.
Oh,
what
dive
part
in
of it is
there.
just kind of like out.
Dive in there.
Oh.
Gross.
Jump on in.
Oh no, I don't have mage hand.
I'll use my invisible servant.
Tell the knight to do it.
Yeah, I just go in.
Just go.
It's still kind of warm, and you kind of dig your hands in. You pull different kind of like body parts out and bones out, and you pull this huge gray hand out, kind of like chunks and stuff taking out of it. And you
that was his
pull
hand.
out
That
even
was what he
further,
was
and
bunching
out
on.
of the intestines, you kind of see this small silver key.
There we go.
That goes to something.
I grab the key and like kind of shake it off along with my hand, and then use my other hand, and it would seem that some poor fellow was holding a key to something, perhaps the door.
What door? The door on fire?
Like you can hear them rolling.
I'm not in the room. I don't even know that you have a key.
You still hear them roll.
I'm still lying flat on the ground from the explosion.
I go to help you up.
He extends a disgusting black image.
Extends the black hand to
You should
me.
just
Yeah.
roll away. Just nope.
Hey, right now none of us can really discern color. You just know that my hand is there.
That's true.
That's true. If the furnace blew up, there's no source of light anymore.
Okay, so
There's still flames around the room, like kind of like
never
flickering
mind.
back and
See
forth.
that
You
my
can see
hand
it.
is disgusting.
Yep. We all know what you did.
That's in the past, okay? Can we just move on?
I turn around and just kind of yell at them like, guys, let's go. We need to continue this journey and get out of here.
Still just like waiting for Ithlin to grab my hand so I can help him out.
I grab it. I'm standing up now.
Alright.
So you guys make your way out of the room, and the door is still this huge black and purple flame.
I would like to inspect the door for a keyhole.
It's hard to tell as you look through and just kind of like flickering back and forth.
Well,
Did you check the previous room for a door or a hidden keyhole?
nope.
Oh.
I assumed that this key went to the door that we had passed earlier, so.
Alright.
Yeah, I guess I'll just try pushing the key towards like the bottom right where the
Yeah,
keyholes
so
usually are.
as you push the key forward, it actually the flames kind of like curl away from it
Ooh.
as you kind of put it there, and sure enough, you find the keyhole and you click it,
Ooh.
and the door kind of stops burning and swings open.
Interesting.
You guys kind of look ahead and see nothing but darkness, and wondering what else might possibly be in store for you in this horrible place, and what kind of monstrosities lay ahead. And that's where we're getting into tonight's session.
I can confidently say we'll probably encounter more black goo.
Yeah, probably.
Alright guys, thank you for hanging out with us. It's been hard getting like a weekly basis going with everyone's schedule, me being sick, but we're going to try and do this every Saturday, so hopefully next week we'll see you guys there. All of our past episodes, including this one at some point, will be on our YouTube channel, which is right down below this video. All of our links, our Twitter, our Facebook, all of that stuff right there. And yeah, just appreciate everyone hanging out with us and watching. That means the world to me. Seriously, just you guys hanging out with us every week and watching us play this game and just kind of be idiots on camera. It's fantastic.
Wow, man. Speak for yourself, sir.
That being said, though, if you want to help us out in any way at all, you can now subscribe to us. So any amount of money is definitely helpful. As well as if you have Amazon Prime, you can do a free subscription every single month to any Twitch channel. And if you did that to ours, that would be fantastic. And without further ado, we'll see you guys next week. And
also,
stay nerdy, everybody.
If there's any college students, you can potentially get free Amazon Prime for like 6 months.
Ooh,
So just
I didn't know that.
I know. I just recently found out myself. So
There we go.
That's great.
Yeah.
Anyways, stay nerdy, my friends, and we'll see you next week.
Cool.